Okay, let's go.
Top of the AM. What's good, big dog? It's your boy Dre, and it's another early morning Shogun Talks. Topic this morning: what makes you right in dog breeding? And that's that topic is kind of a blanket. What makes you right in general in life, Um, and short answer today is you gotta watch the video to find out. All right. So look, when it comes to dog breeding, and I'm gonna attack multiple subjects. I'm gonna try to keep it about the dogs, but we diverge. We get into other aspects of life in this show, so it can go from anywhere. But what makes you right in dog breeding? We'll use that to broach and start the topic to that. What makes you right in dog breeding? All right. Honestly, every answer I'm going to give you today is probably going to be more so opinion based than factual, but that's what life is about, right? Anything that's not an actual fact, a scientific law fact, is opinion based, and your opinion is going to be based upon your personal experiences, life, etc., what you've been exposed to. All right. So my opinion is based on what I've been exposed to, or things that are in close proximity to me. All right. So putting that out there. In dog breeding, what makes you right? Case in point, or example one. In dog breeding, do you know how to put two dogs together to produce the product that you are trying to produce? I see a lot of people putting pairs together, and I see a lot of people sending me pedigrees without telling me anything about the dog. Anything about the dog. Now, you can look at pedigrees all you want to and say what you think is going to happen, but I want to give you the differences between people who can look at those pedigrees and have a general inference of what they're going to see, and people who are just imitating that and don't really know what they're talking about. All right. So I never laid eyes on most of the dogs beyond my third generation of my pedigree, right? But I have talked to people that own those dogs, and they could tell me things about those dogs that were specific to those dogs. Top of the morning, Big A. Top of the morning, Brother Crockett. Salute. So yeah, I can talk to people via the internet, whatever, forums, books, hibbity hoo blah, about those dogs, and have a generalized idea. Generalized meaning that I don't know everything about a dog, but I have a general idea. Okay, this dog was skittish. This dog was aggressive. This dog was extra large. This dog produced very well. The pedigree tells you the lineage, but it doesn't tell you like the everything, right? So if I'm just putting two pedigrees together and I'm trying to make a breeding, and the breeding doesn't come out with what my vision was, well, I never saw it in the first place, So I kind of just, it's like these parlays we were talking about yesterday. I'm kind of just putting numbers on a betting slip and hoping I get a turnout. I don't watch table tennis. So when I make bets on table tennis, I'm making a bet based upon two names on a betting slip. Brother Yellow One in the building. Was good, big dog. He said, I generally breed for what I'm looking at, being the specimen in front of me, not the paperwork. Absolutely. That's what I'm getting at. Brother Yellow One. 100%. Brother Hart Finish in the building. Salute, big dog. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And y'all, I'm gonna drop the link too, because this ain't like, bro. I don't want to be that self-looking lollipop that just go in here and talk to myself. You know what I'm saying? I can do that. I can definitely do that. But nah, man. It's what I'm getting at with this long-windedness that I'm talking about right now is, if you only see pedigrees in front of you and you never actually see the dogs, man, like could you get lucky? Could you put together, how they got the plus or minus on the bet? And I'm using betting because it's a relative thing that I know a lot of y'all do. But if you just see two names on paper and you see one is plus 1,000 and one is negative 650, you're gonna assume that negative 650 gonna win like I did yesterday and lost a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? That was a bet without any kind of like thought processes that was this player injured, not knowing the limiting factors to make it the way it is, right? And so that's the same thing with the breeding thing. That's what I'm getting at. Like, okay, a lot of people will put two pairs together in front of them, and the dogs that they get, go back to a conversation we had last week, don't even represent that pedigree very well. So they could be 100% related to the dog in the pedigree, but they're not carrying those genes. My mother can sing, my sister can sing. I can't sing, but I can draw. You get what I'm saying? So my kid and all my kids are artistically gifted. I ain't heard none of them carry a tune yet, you know. So I'm just using inferences and things in my proximity to explain why I believe what makes you right and wrong in the dogs. And I'm going to answer that now. Now we got some people in here. I'm going to answer that original question. The original question today, y'all, was what makes you right in dog breeding? And I'm going to change that to what makes you right in dogs. And the answer is results. The answer is results. That's what makes you right. What's good, Big Toyo?
What's up, bro? How you doing this morning?
Man, can't call him Mike Spoiler. How you holding up?
Everything good.
Yeah, man. So, Toyo, I'm on here talking junk today, man, because like a lot of the arguments, I believe a lot of the arguments that have happened in the past were based upon not people being right or wrong. I think everybody's right in their perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever seen them do little posts where it's like, was the villain actually right in Lion King? Was Scar actually right? And after you get his perspective, you like, you know what? Mufasa did kind of steal his, you know what I'm saying? He did kind of steal his birthright, you know what I'm saying, from that perspective. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm talking about being right in the dogs, I think when two people get in an argument, I think both people be right 90% of the time. But what happens is, you know what I'm saying, instead of understanding each other's perspective, we just go, you need to shut up because what you're saying goes against what I'm saying. What do you think about
that? Debates, arguments, all that type stuff. You know, what can I say? They do it in the White House, so they do it in the White House. So what can I say?
Yeah, man. But so let me ask you this, Toyo. What's your thoughts on so what I'm saying is in dogs, what makes you right is your results, right?
Okay.
What's your opinion on that?
Say it again, Drake, one more time.
My opinion is when you're dealing with dogs, if we're saying, okay, I think this breed is better than this breed, what makes you right? And my answer to that is results.
Yes, sir. I agree. I agree with that.
Yeah. Now, the counter argument to that would probably be, well, I didn't do anything with the dog. All right, well, shut up then. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying, and I'm not talking about dog fighting, like, because I know this gets cloaked so much. You have to say that because it's some people that's gonna make it about that. I could be talking about dog training, right? I can say, yeah, man, that dog bite hard. That dog bite hard. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I get a phone call. Hey, man, what you know about racing, man?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Okay, bro, like, what you mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about a protection trained dog. Have you watched my channel? Oh, I thought you were talking about something else. No, you didn't. You wanted it. In your mind, you're right. You know what I'm saying? In your mind, you're right because you've called people before and they were cloak and dagger with what they was doing, and you got that response out of that. In your mind, you was correct to make that phone call and call me. You know what I'm saying? Without even seeing about me. You know what I'm saying? Without even seeing about me.
Mm-hmm.
And this happens, ever so often. Somebody call me, hey man, what you trying to do? Well, first of all, you found me on the internet, bro. You know what I'm saying? You found me on the internet. I ain't trying to do nothing. Especially
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I agree though, like if you looking at if you somebody out here comparing your dogs to somebody else, then yeah, your dogs gotta be doing something for you even to make a comparison and what's the results? Like you say. So, I agree with that. It's degrees of separation. Like if you're not doing nothing with your dog and I'm doing something with my dog, so that puts me in another class. And then if we both doing stuff with our dogs, then the results of what we doing with them would make a separation difference.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So I'm gonna read some of these comments, big bro.
Okay.
So Hard said, I told you that the Buck City Live with you, GHK, and the 9 people on the panel was a good example of what you're describing. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I think that was the protection word conversation. Yeah. Orange Juice Jones, let me get you wrenched up this morning. Brother Yellow One said, but dog fighting could be included in absolutely. Yellow One, I don't know if you called it yesterday live, but I was talking about the difference between Cajun rules and country style. And for me, I don't gameness and winning is not the same thing to me. You know what I'm saying? Gameness and winning is not the same thing to me. And I discussed that yesterday. I'm not gonna turn this episode into that, but I will bring that back as a reference for today's episode and saying that if in a contest, in a pit dog contest, if a game dog is killed by a dog that's a cur, you'll never know that dog is a cur. Results make you right. Results make you right. And so yeah, I'm not gonna beat that point too much because I don't want to stay on any one topic throughout the weeks. I want to talk dog and talk, experience that. Hard Venice said everybody's points was right, but everybody's points wasn't explained correctly. Exactly. And part of it is, okay, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. A lot of it goes to our egos, man. Every single one of us got an ego. And what happens is we get on this internet, man, and we say something. And what the hardest part is you say it first. When you say it first and then somebody else comes back with a different opinion, and you know what I'm saying, later, it's like, bro, where was that at when I was saying what I had to say in the moment? Why you bringing this back up? And instead of going like, okay, man, this person heard what I said, went home, reflected on it, and they got a different opinion. And also your delivery. Your delivery can be trash too. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to attack the person to give a different opinion. And the number one thing I think that I hear that pisses me off is like, oh, that person knows what they're talking about. That right there is what you call ad hominem, right? You're attacking the person as opposed to the argument. And to me, you automatically lost. Like, I don't care what you say next, you already lost because instead of just going at the argument or whatever you think is incorrect, you going at the person trying to discredit them. And everybody knows to take down a great leader, the first thing that the government will do is they'll discredit you. They make you a pedophile, they make you a rapist, they make you a cheater. The first thing they do is assault your character. So when I see those tactics in a discussion, the party that uses those tactics already lost me. You already lost me, bro. So y'all, I'm gonna shut up real quick because I got into a little tangent right there.
Nah, you know how you do in the morning. Get it in. Get it in. You ain't said nothing wrong.
Oh, all right. Appreciate that. My cousin called me back, and so learned something else yesterday. So the litter of puppies that I helped them save, they only lost 1, not 2. She only ate 1, not 2. Also, she had a total of 10 puppies and only lost 1. And we was able to save them puppies on FaceTime. Brother Yellow One, welcome to the panel.
What's going on? What's going on, fam?
Oh, man.
Good morning.
Mike Spalding.
What's up, Big Hill?
What's up, brother Yellow? What's up?
Oh, man, I just thought I was going to hop on real quick. I just woke up here.
We did too.
But okay. But yeah, that's a good topic. What you were talking about try to discredit the person, the actual person, and not what they said. You hit the nail on the head with that one, Dre.
Yeah, man. Like, because I'm not gonna lie, credibility has its place, right? But the truth don't care who tell it, and a lie don't care who tell it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But a lie travels around the world 10 times faster than the truth. That's why that discrediting people and blaspheming them to me is crazy. But yeah, I don't know if y'all can hear the rain. It's raining here. It's raining hard too.
Nah, I can't hear no rain.
Okay, that's all good, man. Good. It is letting down. I'm off work today, y'all, so we can cook as long as we need to. Two Yellow One, Big Toyo, and anybody else who wants to come through. But let me ask you this: the yellow one, you was in the chat and you said something that I like. You said, but dogfighting could be included in results. I think 100%. Like, what are you gonna say to a man that just whooped you? You know what I'm saying? What are you gonna say to him?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you know, he just whooped you fair and square. Or even if he didn't whoop you fair and square, you went into that arena and you didn't do everything he was willing to do to win. You know what I'm saying? He's right. You know what I'm saying? You just sound like even if you know he rubbed you, you sound like a sore loser. There's no way to prove it. There's no way to prove it. So you have to find an arena that you're going to compete in, or that you're going to, if you want to argue with people about stuff, if you want to just mind your business and have your dogs and have peace, do that. You know what I'm saying? Good luck. Good luck. As far as the competition goes, once that competition is over, you know it's over. You can say, okay, we can go to the competition, to the the confirmation show. Okay, where you lose, the judge was biased. You know what I'm saying? So whatever you're going to compete in, you got to find a medium that you're going to compete in if you're going to subject yourself to that, where you feel like you're going to be judged fairly. You know what I'm saying? That's why I like the slap mill races. That's why I like the wall climbs. That's why I like the weight pulls. That's why I like the lure courses. That's why I like those things, because, man, at the end of the day, bro, it's the dog. You're not even handling or touching your dog. You let it go and it does what it does. You know what I'm saying? You let it go on that slap mill and it runs. You let it go on that weight and it either pulls or it don't pull. These are things that are irrefutable. And that's why I like country style matches as opposed to Cajun rules. Because at the end of the day, you either win or you die. And the results tell the story. Period.
Now country style, I mean, at country style, it would be like no scratching or nothing like that, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, I got you. Okay, all right, okay. Yeah. I've heard it called something else. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know what else has been called, because, like, honestly, I got that from some people that were from south of the border. That's what they called it. You know what I'm saying? When we was from, it was just a role. You know what I mean? Like growing up in the Carolinas.
Right. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
definitely. And brother JT, salute. Welcome to the building, bro. Welcome to the chat. But and like I said,
JT.
the only reason why I like the country style, there's a finality to it. There, and the judge, the handler, none of that stuff affects the results. You know what I'm saying? It's a hell in a cell match. You know what I'm saying? And it's about the finish, not the gameness. Now, mind you, for a game contest, I think Cajun rules are much more appropriate. You know, just being 100% from my perspective. That's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? That's my opinion. And I don't think I'm right or wrong. I'm just sharing my opinion with y'all, because a lot of times I don't share my opinion because I know it's gonna cause drama. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of times I'll be like, let me just shut up, man. But no, this is my channel. This my live. This is my morning. You know what I'm saying? I'm not looking for drama. I'm looking to finally be heard, because a lot of these topics, I'm like, I got something to weigh in on that, but I ain't gonna say it because I know where it's gonna go. You know what I mean?
Well, hey, if they dislike you for your opinion, just let them dislike you. And that's the part of that. That's what I don't, that's what I don't like about this platform is that when you don't like what you said and your opinion, and they don't like you because they don't like what you said. I mean, that's like the shit, man. That's like the most childish shit I can ever. I wouldn't even say it child. I wouldn't even call it childish. I would just say, I don't know what it is.
It's ignorant.
It just fucked up. Put it
It's
like
ignorant.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But you were saying the other arenas like slap mill racing and weight pool. I think on shows, man, as far as confirmation, I think it'd be some judges out there that be kind of biased though. You know, people gonna pick who they gonna pick. So with weight pulling, that there is no matter of opinion. With slab mill racing, there ain't no matter of opinion. You know what I'm saying? Either I'm gonna outpull you or you gonna outpull me. I'm gonna outrace you or you gonna outrace me. With showing, with showing, it can be like that. You know what I'm saying? It can be like, judges got their own preferences or whatever, what they like, as opposed to breeding towards this, not breeding, but judging and making picks based off the standard. They picking off what they what they like and what they personally like. And I think those don't make good judges as far as confirmation go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me give a shout out to Brother Hemi James, Brother Dogman TV, Bo and Nonstop Salute, and then Yellow One. Bro, that's why I like the slap mill race. I think the slap mill race is so unbiased. And I'm gonna give you my story. Once again, it's my story, it's my opinion, y'all. It's my channel. I'm telling my stuff. If you don't like it, go somewhere else. I ain't got time for that this morning. I ain't about to be explaining myself. If you over here, you already deal with Dre. So check this out. I feel like I've been judged fairly in every show that I went to, whether I won or whether I lost. I felt like I was judged fairly. Okay. And that's ADBA out here in Arizona at the Howard Hanzo Classic, judged by JB Click, and at South Bottom, judged by South Bottom and Arrowhead. I felt like I was judged fairly. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I was judged fairly. 2, at the Howard Hanzo Classic, I didn't even place in confirmation. But my dog came in and I was not conditioned for a show because I had torn a pad. I felt like the judges got it right and they had the balls to say, hey man, these other dogs, your dog look good, but these other dogs look just as good and they in shape. So we can see how confirmationally sound they are. I felt like that was the right call. I was mad about it in the moment, but I felt like that was the right call for them to have the gumption to say, okay, when all these dogs looking this good, I'm gonna have to take conditioning into consideration. I think that was a good call. But what I will say is this: when we got on that slap mill, all them dogs that looked and appeared to be conditioned was actually dried out, and they could barely turn the mill. And how do I know? Because I came in second in that show. You know what I'm saying? I came in second on the slap mill with a dog that was chain weight. So that's why I think results matter so much, and I think that I think that should be taken into consideration when you're showing these dogs. But that's my personal opinion. I'm gonna pass the mic back to y'all, my brothers.
Go ahead and cook on that yellow. I already cooked on.
Okay, you were saying you was at a show and they was drier. They were drier than your dogs were.
It's about the results. The results matter in separating your dogs. When you talking stuff to another person about your dog, you gotta have some type of results.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Well, that's what I was saying earlier. Like, does result like what? So you need you when we talking about results, do we need someone else to validate us to say that we can say results / success, right?
Yellow one.
Would that be a first statement?
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Okay, so we need someone else to in order to say results / success, but we need somebody else to validate that, or whatever arena we in, whether we racing, whether we breeding for looks. You would need someone to also validate what you think is successful, what you think is results. You would need somebody else to validate that.
No, not.
What you?
No, I'm sorry. I didn't know you wasn't finished. My fault, y'all.
No, I'm done. I was asking the question. I'm done.
I would think that once you in the competition in any type of thing, anything, the opponent is your witness. The opponent is your what you was just asking, validation. An opponent, or a task. A task can be an opponent. That can be looked at as what you said again. Validation, or whatever.
Okay.
You finally got him to do what you needed him to do, up that wall or whatever you needed him to do, catch that hog, whatever. That could be enough validation for you. You dig what I'm saying? But just the fact that you got an opponent in any type of competition, and if you win, I think that's enough validation right there.
Okay.
Can I click on that real quick?
Go ahead.
Okay, so the way you broke that down, I see it as two different things, man. So I would say in that situation, when you pose a question that way, results are what you see on your own time, man. And successes are what you see against other people competing in the same arena. And I don't think you need validation from anybody but yourself. If you like what you got, you like what you got. But to validate who is better, I think witnesses have to be present because
Have to be, yes, absolutely.
yeah, I would think
Because like
witnesses.
you can know it's nice, it look good, it act good, but then you have to. It feels even better to get the It feels better to get the validation from somebody else, to get the credit. You know what I'm saying? From somebody for somebody else to say, "Hey, I see what you see. I see what you've been telling me." You know what I'm saying? I see it in your dog. So yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as success or results, rather validation. You
Yeah.
know.
And
Mhm.
I agree with both of y'all. Results can be good or bad. So I agree with both of y'all. Results can be good or bad. So results don't just mean success. Results still is like a measurement.
and I want to put this in context. So I got a video playing in the background right now, right? And obviously I got my dog. Y'all know how he bred or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm showing people what I think the dog can do. And in that argument, it's not about what people on the internet say. It's about, okay, I'm showing you that this dog can do all these things that I'm showing you and still be balanced. I'm gonna run that clip back real quick because we was cooking, but I'm gonna run that clip back. And what I was doing was everybody doesn't see my dog bite people, right? You know what I'm saying? But I got him out here in a public location, you know what I'm saying? I even dropped the leash a couple times to show that a dog can be trained, American Pit Bull Terrier can be trained to bite and still be civil, you know, with people, right? So when I hear people say, I don't think they should do protection work, you know, to me, those people are wrong, not because they're wrong based upon their opinion, they might be right, but based upon my results, they can shut the hell up to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, what are you talking to? You know, and it's not a I think you're wrong. It's a, you know, my results tell me differently. My science experiment, you know what I'm saying? You mix yellow and blue and you got green. I mix yellow and blue, but it turned orange. You know what I'm saying? My results is different than your results. So, you know, it's not my opinion. I'm showing you, you know, and that's where the results thing kind of come in for me. Whereas the competition thing that Yellow One was talking about, like, I definitely think the witnesses matter, you know. But if you're witnessing my results and you still don't believe, I don't know what to say to you, bro. I don't know what to say to you, bro.
What about like this? Okay, you go. Even though, like, let's say we were talking about, witnesses and results, right? And people, you want other people to see it. Like, I went to a ADBA show about 2 years ago, and now I didn't win, at the show, right? Because I'm not a show person. I hadn't been in a while, put it like that. I didn't start bringing my dog Santana up in a show, as a puppy. I just went. It was one. He was about 2 years old. I took him to a show, but I got him in front of it. I got him. He's right next to the dog that won the whole show, and the dog looked good. But my dog was holding his own.
Yeah.
Next to this champion. I think he a grand champion show dog. You know what I'm saying? Holding his own. So it's like, in my eyes, and what the people on the outside of the ring saw, they were like, yeah, your dog look good, man. Your dog look nicer than his dog. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it was like, I can be at the house. I know, I know the dog look good. You know what I'm saying? To me, I know because I got some people don't have an eye for dogs neither.
Yep.
Some people just can't see when they just can't see it. They don't have an eye for dogs. I do. You know what I'm saying? I know he was nice. And then when I took him out there, other people was telling me that's watching the two of us sort of face off at each other. They watching us from the outside. So they can see my dog turn to the side. They can see his dog turn to the side. They can see I'm more ripped up than his dog. They can see all this, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes it is good to, even though I didn't win, I still felt that. I didn't get picked. I wasn't expecting to. I just went, participated. But I still got validation because other people saw what I saw in my dog.
Yes, sir. Hey, so can I cook on that real quick, Yellow One and Big Hill?
Yeah.
Hey. Okay, so I like that. I like that you said that. And I'm going to tell you something else, man. Like, okay, so with a lot of other breeds, man, there's a lot of dogs who win in American Pit Bull Terrier shows, and I gotta give a salute to American Pit Bull Terrier people, and I'll tell you why. And a lot of these other breeds, man, there are height at the wither standards. There's height, there's hawk standards for the tail and all that stuff that a lot of our judging doesn't take into consideration because they don't even take the measurements. You know, even in the bullies, they measure the size of the head sometimes. You know what I'm saying? To fully determine who's the best for confirmation standards. Whereas we go off, like you said, as heavily opinion based for the judging, right? But you take that rule out and you measure the height of the withers. You know what I'm saying? If the dog's supposed to be between 19 and 21 inches at the withers, and your dog is 23 inches, that's a fault. You know, we don't get into that in our breed. You know what I'm saying? We don't get into that in our breed. And that's one of those things where as I open up this digital dog show, man, we got to take that into consideration too. Some other breeds are more strict on their standards than we are when it comes to confirmational standards. You know what I'm saying? So definitely gotta have a realistic approach to whatever it is that we doing and showing, you know. But like what you said about your dog, Yellow One, I think that's a great example of the crowd still giving you the validation, whether the judge give you the validation or not. You know what I'm saying?
When it comes to shows and stuff, in my opinion, when it comes to confirmation shows and stuff, just the confirmation part is tricky when it comes to working stock. Because working stock, a standard in a pit bull, working stock pit bull can be anything. You understand what I'm saying? Like, as long as the dog can perform the job at a high level, whatever shape he in, it worked for him. You understand what I'm saying? But it might not work at the confirmation show. But he might be good at his job at whatever he do. You did, but the confirmation don't look right compared to standards and stuff like that. So with working breeds, I think it's kind of the standard is kind of like should be like different. I don't know how it could be different, but like a pit bull, a working pit bull to me will come in. I've seen them in all sizes, shapes, and colors doing the job. So confirmation shows, the confirmation part, you know, that's need to be detailed more on whatever, you know, that's more show, I guess, more showing what you would call a balance of structure, I guess, whatever these measurements are, whatever, but it still ain't got nothing to do with the job, I don't think, you know, because I like a bow-legged dog might not supposed to be able to do the job according to the math, but what if he's doing the job?
Exactly.
And he is selling over dogs with a confirmation that's said to be correct.
Exactly, bro. That's a fair statement.
Yeah, I agree with that. But you know, confirmation can affect the dog when they in that, you know, in that.
Oh,
when
yes,
they're
sir.
working.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I agree with that. Yellow form follows function and all that. I mean, function follows form, all that type of shit. I agree with that. But I think if you've been in pit bulls working stock a lot, you know, I know you guys seen dogs that they wouldn't even meet the confirmation standards, but you can't tell them that at the job.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
I don't put a lot of weight into. Let me say this too. I don't put a lot of weight into the confirmation. For me, it's a validation that I'm breeding something that is within the regulation, right? That's it. That's all. Winning or losing, showing them just validates that you are putting something in there that's in the parameters of what the breed is said to be. And I want to read these comments because Brother Hart Finish and Brother Oaktown said some real stuff. He said pit bulls come consistently in different heights and weights, so that wouldn't fly in pit bull shows. Brother Oaktown said it's hard to put a standard on the American Pit Bull Terrier when the weight and height fluctuates. The American Pit Bull Terrier can be from 28 pounds all the way to 60 pounds, and now for show purposes, they can be up to 75 pounds for ADPA. So, you know, that's a very, very broad spectrum, and I agree with that, man.
Yes, sir.
For other breeds, I would say I think they get leaving it open like that, I think is why our breed, we can't ruin it with the shows where other breeds ruin it with the show. Because if you have a standard that says 19 inches for a female you're more worried about 19 inches, the whether it can perform or not, I think that ruins a breed.
Hey, Dre, I ain't mean to cut you off. I might hop out here and feed up, but I'm gonna keep listening. I'm gonna jump off, though. I'm gonna keep listening.
No, you good, yellow one. You good, yellow one.
Okay. All right, y'all. I'm gonna keep listening though. All right.
Salute, brother.
Salute.
All right, salute. All right, salute, sir.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna say that again though. So with our breed having that variance, I think that allows for you to still breed performance animals without worrying about the size. There are some breeds where a female standard is 19 inches and it's a specific 19 inches. When you get down to something that's specific, you're going to lose performance because you're more worried about whether you meet for confirmation purposes, because you're more worried about whether you meet the standard than whether the dog performs its original tags.
That's right. And that still challenges, that still offers a big challenge for us because we still can accomplish that, have that athlete that's conformationally meeting the standards and can perform the job or whatever. But like you saying, it's a lot of dogs that might not meet conformation standards that are just as good in performing jobs. But you still should give the one that has a standard and can perform the jobs, he still should stand out. So he should still stand out. He should still get his flowers.
Yeah. All right. So the next thing I want to bring up, and this is about to piss some people off too, but hey, it's morning time. Get your coffee, get your cup. Let me stop real quick. Brother Dickie Foster in the Mother Loving Building. What's good, Brother Dickie? Salute.
My bulldog brother Dickie, salute.
Yeah, man. So right here, man, my puppies are playing on a tug, man. And this right here to me is the building of their work, okay? This is tug play, but it's the building of their work, right? And what would y'all call that? What would y'all call this play right here? What is that building? Hold on, Hemi asked a good question. He said, if Bully Son wins over Jeep in the show ring, well, that's bad judging, LOL, saying that some may want to go home with Bully Son. I know, so Hemi, I know you was joking, but nah, man, I think that if you remove their record, their performance record, you know what I'm saying? Well, let me dial it back to this. If I was going over their overall performance, those two would have to be contested against each other because I don't know what Bully Son's opponents brought to the table that Jeep's opponents didn't bring to the table, or even if Jeep's style would have allowed him to overcome the opponents that Bully Son lost to, right? So I would have to contest those two against each other in both the confirmation arena and in the whatever arena they work in to see who I thought was the better specimen, in my opinion, you know. So Jeep would have to run into Bully Son himself for me to say who was the better dog in that situation. But I get what you're saying. Like Jeep record was better, his results was better. Therefore, how could Bully Son beat him in the show ring? You know, I 100% get that, man. Brother Dickie Foster with a super sticker. Tip. Hey. Uncle Willie, good morning to all in the chat. Good morning to you, Uncle Willie, as well. Salute.
Uncle Willie.
Yeah. But y'all, for those of y'all who don't know, man, for tug work and from the dog training aspect, the tug work is a segue into protection work, man. So what I'm teaching is I'm just teaching the mechanics of targeting. All right. And then we do what's called transference. I transfer from the tug to the sleeve and then from the sleeve to the human being. All right. A lot of these terms and things like that, man, they get misconstrued. They call them whatever you want to call them, man, you know. But for me, I'm just playing with my dogs, man. But the play, everything that I do with the dogs matters from the time that I see them, that I lay eyes on, right? And so.
No, that's good. Good that you throwing those terms out because people been playing with them dogs for years like that, and they don't actually know the terms of what they're doing. You know, they just doing, like you say, just playing with your dogs. But there's actual terms for what you're doing, and what you're working on and stuff like that. So you saying that is schooling some people in that don't know what they're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And thank you. And what I'm testing is I'm seeing who had the most drive, who got the most drive, because in that arena, even the dogs with the most drive, some of them are not easy to train because they got too much drive. So you want to find that dog with the balance of he gonna tug as much as you expect him to tug, and transfer it to whatever you want to transfer it to. If you want to transfer the protection work, you judge it based on what you need. He said, Harvey said, we going from the tug to the hide onto the front. Yeah, exactly. That's called, in the dog training world, we call it transference. You know what I'm saying? You're teaching them to bite on one thing, and then you transfer it to another thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I seen some litters. A lot of litters. Well, most of the litters I see, the puppy's gonna come out when you come out when they come out and you walking around, they grabbing your pants legs, shaking your pants legs and stuff. And just the fact that you explaining transference and all that, because some people, when they at that stage and the dogs biting their pants legs, shaking the pants legs or whatever, some people that's just annoying to them.
Yeah, it's me. That's
you
annoying to me.
understand? They don't know the wealth of what they got right there that they could build on right there. That shit is just annoying to them. So they don't. You understand them? You messing up my Jordans. You messing this up. Whatever. Different things. But like then later on in life, they want the dog to do certain things when they had the dog was already open at the beginning for that. But you never built on it. Now he older. He don't even grab nothing. You know what I mean?
Hey, well, I'm glad you said that because that does annoy me, man. Let me read Brother Hemi comment. I'm gonna comment on what you just said, Big Hill. Brother Hemi says, what I'm saying is there's a natural variation in the structure of a good bulldog. Absolutely. Absolutely. And thank you for clarifying that, Brother Hemi James. So Big Hill, what you said about the tugging on my pants leg, I correct that, but then I encourage the tugging on a sleeve, like my hoodie. Almost all my hoodies got holes in the sleeves, but I tell you why I do that. If you got a dog with a high enough drive for tug work or that transfers very well, allowing them to tug on your pants leg could be teaching them to target the human anatomy. My dogs are not trained to target legs, all right? Because my protection dogs are not meant to be just man-biting savages. And I don't want them targeting every portion of the human anatomy. I don't. Now if it was a war dog, I would teach you to target the throat, the leg, the groin, the back, anywhere where you can get the enemy at and subdue the enemy so I could dispatch the enemy. But
you get what I'm saying though, right?
100%. And that's why, like when you said it, like I correct my puppies, but I'm glad you said that part about overcorrecting. I correct my puppies for biting on my pants leg because I don't want them to do that to my kids, right?
Gotcha.
And what happens is once the puppy gets a picture of, okay, leg biting on these pants is acceptable, they do it to the kids. Now the kid, they accidentally graze the kid with a tooth or whatever, so they ain't trying to hurt them. But, now I got a different problem, you know what I'm saying? For me, it's the tug to the sleeve to targeting a man's arm and chest area, right?
Yeah, so you just transferring it. Transferring it, that's all. So when you're saying correcting, when they grabbing your pants legs and stuff, I guess you're saying you're stopping them from doing that, but then you're gonna get them to bite other things. But it's still just transference.
Yes,
you might not even gotta correct them off of your pants legs. You just put the thing down there, whatever you want them to bite instead of your pants legs. But anyway, also, what I was gonna say about you said something about it'll come back to me. Go ahead and keep cooking. I'm fried.
Brother Wing, welcome to the building. Brother Tsunami 72, welcome to the building. Salute.
Salute, Wing.
So
Tsunami.
After transference, I look at things like this. Okay, so when I'm going to pick a puppy, right? And Brother Big A and I were talking about this yesterday. As far as grooming that puppy into whatever you want to groom it into, I see a lot of people that's sprinting on a treadmill. They're going nowhere fast, right? And so for me as a trainer, training starts the minute I lay eyes on a puppy, specifically if it's not my litter. If I'm coming to you to pick up a puppy, training starts the minute I get to that litter, especially if I don't have a pre-established puppy, and I prefer not to have a pre-established puppy. And I'm going to share this with y'all. Maybe this helps somebody, else. Maybe this gets somebody else to where they need to be at. Case in point, I go to Ready Red to get my puppy from Ready Red, right? The minute I lay eyes on the puppies, my training regimen begins. And it starts with, as soon as that puppy looks at me or moves toward me, good puppy, yeah, immediately. And every interaction I have with that puppy, whether it's putting it in the crate, whether it's coming home from work, every interaction matters, every single one of them. Oh, I don't know if y'all can see that hole in the back of my house. I was telling that story the other day about how my dogs was eating through the house to get into the house, man. But you can see it in this video right here. I don't know if you can see it, Brother Toyo, but my dogs are definitely eating through the wood of my house to get into my house. And I actually feel like I was pretty cut up in this video right here. That's the
yeah, yeah, draft me.
But not like I say that because I hear a lot of people say we should be as fit as our dogs, and I definitely think Saki and our physiques match. You know what I'm saying? Like he looks like he should be my dog.
You was in condition. You was in top health right there.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm getting back to that, man. Like I can't be selling protein supplements and telling people to get in shape and use my supplements and not show y'all the results. And
that's probably when you had all that deer meat around that time.
Yeah. Right, I'm 205 pounds, ready for war. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the dog is conditioned too. So
that's right.
So he in keep, I'm in keep, and I definitely respect.
But your footwear though. Your footwear, I noticed you're not the only one. I noticed the pit bull community. I be seeing the rack of y'all with them flops on with y'all pit bulls. I don't understand that one. I always gotta have some boots on and they tied up because anything might go on out there. Y'all jokers better than me, boy. With them clogs or whatever you call them on your feet out there working with them dogs.
Hey, look here,
dogs
man.
Break your ankle or anything, boy. You don't know. Y'all good with them.
Hey, look here, man.
That's the only thing I'm tripping off. If you had some boots on or something or some athletic shoes on, I'll be all right. But them whatever them shits is.
Yep. Let me defend myself. Let me defend myself on that. Okay. So look, the clogs thing, bro. I was against them Crocs from the time they came out until probably like 2018. And my wife got me a pair for Christmas, right? Now check this out. 18, 19, 20. What you think my attire looked like when I was with the dogs? What you think?
Camouflaged up.
So Carhartt overalls. Rain boots. You know what I'm saying? And a beanie.
Okay.
And what I realized is, if you ever played, you ever heard of the game Grand Theft Auto?
Yeah.
You know how you got certain people that's just they type. Like, no matter how good or bad it is, what they do, that's they type. That's the list. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got your red lumberjack and your red flag, and now you're blood, even though you ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's how I feel about people who worry about your attire. Because once again,
you shooting back. You shooting back. Okay. Okay. So, you shooting back. All right.
At the end of the day, when that man step over that box, when he step over that wall with them Crocs on,
you step over there with some Crocs on me there, goddamn.
You know what I'm saying? And you have to pick up at 15 minutes because he's killing you. He gnawing you down.
All right.
I bet you.
All right, Crocs. Okay. Salute to y'all Croc wear guys handling them pit bulls and shit.
Yeah.
see what them hospital bills be like.
Yeah, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, hard finish there from Crocs to Stacey Adams. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I get you. And I thought that clogs was very effeminate. I thought it was very effeminate. You know what I'm saying? But it comes.
Hey, I see him in every yard tour. Everybody with their dogs, they out there with Crocs on and shit. I'm like, wow, shit changing.
So with the boots, let me say this about the boots, man. So because when I broke Saki leg, I was wearing them rain boots, and the backyard had got flooded, and the boots were so heavy with the mud on them or whatever. He got up under me, and when I lifted my foot up, I lost my balance, and I stepped on his leg and broke his tibia. With them boots, that's how I broke my dog leg. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Right. So with them Crocs, you know what's gonna happen with them if they get stuck in the mud? They coming off.
Okay.
They're coming off. Unless you got them in sport mode. If you got them in sport mode,
you crazy as shit.
Yeah, man. You got them in
The
sport
sport
mode.
mode Crocs. I know that's right.
Yeah. You flip that little handle back there in sport mode now.
You flip the handle back in sport mode, okay?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm fooling you because you know what? You gonna mess around. You gonna get a package. You gonna say, "My gift to you from Samurai Kennels."
I'm not wearing no Crocs. You ain't gonna never see me with them jokers on.
Yeah, man. But nah, Toyo, like you know what I'm saying. It's I'm glad you said that because I felt the same way. But I also felt that way about the American Pit Bull Terrier. You know what I'm saying? Until I was about 7 or 8, man, I was scared of them because listening to public opinion, all of them turn on you. That's what the public was saying.
Nah. Pump the brakes. Reverse. Did you see that little jive sprint you did in them Crocs? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey yo, let me live. Not too much. Oh man, hold up, man. My brother Soul Power, aka Gamed Up Kennels in the mother loving building. What's good, big dog? Yeah, man. So had a great live yesterday too, man. Y'all need to go check it out. I shared it on the community page, so there's no reason you can't find it. Period.
I bet you won't show that sprint again in them Crocs.
I bet you I will. You know I ain't saying I'm proud of it. I ain't saying I'm proud of it.
That looked like a half stumble jump, like you was ready to stumble.
So once again, the interaction was based upon what I was trying to accomplish.
I got you. I'm peeping the whole thing.
The dog wasn't gonna come off that corunda. That's called
yeah.
Corunda.
He thought you was gonna fall too. He was gonna trip off you.
Yeah. Because in this session right here, what I was teaching him was the step.
That's what he's saying to you right now. He like, this nigga gonna fall fucking with me with them Crocs on.
Hey, Dogman TV got my back. He said when the Timberlands come out with Crocs, Big Hill copping a pair.
Hold up. Let me see what he say.
I'll put it on the screen. Yeah, man. Hey, look, Mike Dan, I appreciate the support, man. Mike Dan said he wearing them every day.
Yeah, Mike Dan wearing them every day. What Mike Dan retired. Yeah. Mike Dan retired. He was not wearing them shits when he was active, nigga. He know better. He know better. You would not catch his ass out there when he was active with no fucking Crocs on. Salute.
Yeah, man. Hey, look, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, stall me out, man. Stall me out.
Just show him the sprint again, goddamn.
I think I'm about to do it now, man. I went back. I don't know if I went back far enough, man, but we're gonna get to that sprint. Yeah, man. We're gonna get to that sprint. Yeah. That brother Toyo cut me up over them Crocs, man. Hey, here you go. See, man, hey, like, bro, like you be the stuff you catch, man. Big was right, man. You a real radio personality.
Your good run up to Saki. Good, happy to see Saki run up.
Hey, but I tell you what, with them Crocs on, when you in shape with them Crocs on, that's how I know you're a real brother. Because I guarantee you, ain't nobody at Walmart about to send up. I would go to Walmart just like that to buy dog food. And you know what I'm saying? What most people do, they get out of my way, man. You know what I'm saying? And look at this crazy nigga. He got on. He got on a t-shirt that's too small and Crocs. And I bet you they won't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? I bet you they won't say nothing.
Nah, y'all got it good. That's all. We just wasn't that comfortable back when I was coming up. You couldn't get caught outside with that type shit on because you never know when you got clutch and all that. So your shit had to be right. I can't clutch in them jumps. I can't clutch in them.
Now check this
out. I guess when you clutch though, you see like you're a good barefoot clutcher. You'll just kick them off when it's time to scrap, huh?
But look, okay, so let me tell you something. Before you get on me, the DMV and Maryland was notorious for them skinny jeans era. So I don't want to hear none of that what you talk about. And I know you had a pair on.
Hey, listen, that came out after me. But yeah, I had to get into them because that's all they was making. That's all they was making.
Yeah, man. Yeah, clutch that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, let me see you run with them skinny jeans on. Full stride.
It ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, man. Yeah, bro. But
salute though, Dre. Salute.
Yeah, no, it's all love, man. It's all love. But you're right. Like I didn't like the Crocs, but they grew on me, man. They grew on me. And that's why I said I'm gonna send you a pair. You know what's gonna happen, man? We'll never catch you on the internet, but I bet you I come up there, man. You know what I'm saying, man? Let me go out here and show you the dogs real quick. The first thing you're gonna slip on is them Crocs. Bet you that. And when you accidentally step in some poop or whatever in the backyard, man, you kick them things off and spray them down with a water hose so fast, man. Them boots, man, sometimes I have to sit down to take them off, especially if my feet were sweating. Man, come on, bro. Or I'm outside in this muddy, I gotta try to get them off and get back in the house, man. Them boots ain't coming off that fast.
I just think in any competition, I don't give a fuck. Confirmation show, anything, historical purpose, anything. If the dude on the other side wearing Crocs and he beat me, that's like 2 losses in one. That's like 2 losses.
That's fair, man. That's fair. Hey, and the Dogman TV said, "Now we had the long tee." Hey, we had the long tees too, man. I think we overdid it in the South, though. You know what I'm saying? You might have needed a 1X, man. We was out there with 4Xs, man. You know what I'm saying? Them things down to my knees, you know. But you could go to Foot Locker and get 4 for $5. You know what I'm saying? You go to Foot Locker, get 4 for $5, man. And then the Arab stores, they caught on and they started having them in there, but it was $10. But you go into the club, you know what I'm saying? You could go grab a tall tee before they started making you have pictures or collar shirts to go to the club, you know. So I definitely remember I can remember that era. You know, I can remember that era. I'm old enough for that at least. Mm-hmm. Speaking of the end of an era, man, the hustling era died around that time frame too, between 2003 and 08, man. The hustling era died, and I think that's when a real end came to the prolificness of the lineage of the old school dog man. You know what I'm saying? Like there's new school dog men that hold the traditions true, but I think it's a lot more difficult, man. Like I remember before the smartphone came out, you know, hustling could be done hand to hand. But I don't think you're ever going to see hand to hand hustling in movies or TV again for this era, because the era has passed, and the era of the old school bulldogger has passed. The era before the Croc bulldogger has passed. You know, so yeah, man. Salute to those brothers, the pre-Croc era bulldoggers.
Salute to y'all. Salute to the Croc wearing bulldogs. Y'all need shit. Y'all might as well put some knee pads on too.
Bro, absolutely not. You will stop right there. We will go no further with the belligerence. With the belligerence.
All right, I'm gonna stop.
Yeah, man. But nah, bro. Like at the end of the day, man. For those of y'all who got in here late, man, the original conversation was what makes you right in dogs, and what makes you right in breeding dogs. And at the end of the day, man, my answer is results. You know what I'm saying? My answer is results, man. Are you getting the results that you sought after? You know, I came on saying I was gonna make protection dogs that was easy to train, and I'm showing y'all protection dogs that are easy to train, man. That's it. That's other than, I don't think I'm right about the Crocs. I don't think I'm wrong about the Crocs, man. But once again, man, it's results, man. Them Croc boys getting results, man. Just like them truck stop boys getting results.
Salute.
Yeah. So Toya, what you got going on today, man?
Just rocking with you, and then I'm gonna rock with the dogs.
For sure. So before I even get on my lives in the morning, I get fresh water. And I want to say shout out to all the brothers who've been holding each other accountable with the fresh water. Because I started bleaching my dog bowls every 4 days now. You know, I wasn't doing that before. I was bleaching them maybe once a month, but I'm seeing better results. I'm having less weight fluctuation. The gums are brighter pink, man. And my dog gums are typically always pink, man. That's one of my flexes I like to do is I don't be walking around with no dogs with no white gums. You know what I'm saying? But I'm seeing even better results, man, and I'm pleased with it. So before I even come in on the live at 4:00 in the morning, man, I'm out there with the dogs, giving them fresh water. I feed in the afternoons right now, but yeah. And let me see this real quickly. So Tsunami said it's 5 a.m. here on the West Coast, up early on my day off. So Arizona is on. Who is we on right now? We're on. I think we're on Central Time now. Arizona don't spring forward or fall backward. So I don't know who time we on, but it is where I'm at right now. It's 5:18 in the morning. It's 5:18 in the morning where I'm at. So yeah, man. But man, they ain't got it out right now. But Big Hill, I was gonna give you my bets for the day. I was gonna give you my bets for the day for my parlays. But what I've been doing is on FanDuel, I've been doing a March Rain in Buckets. I think it'll probably come out around 9 o'clock in the morning. And so they be having 4 of them. Maybe every team is going to score. Oh, let me stop real quick. Those are called Brown Bombers. I learned about those in Texas. It's a bratwurst. Well, it stopped, but let me run that back real quick. Or not. Anyways, it's a bratwurst wrapped in bacon with cheddar cheese and a jalapeno inside of it. It's pretty good, man. It's pretty good. Now, you know, you can't eat that in front of another grown man, you know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna be climbing back your Crocs. You know what I'm saying? They'll be climbing back your Crocs. And look, the Crocs again. Look, Big L, the Crocs again.
You crazy, man. You crazy.
Training in the Crocs.
That's what I'm saying. I bet you got youngin. I bet you got youngin in them Crocs. I bet you got youngin in some Crocs.
Nah, he got on the slides, man. You know, he too cool for Crocs. And the slides too small. Look at this heel thing.
You gonna get on him. Then you got him out there doing bike work and slides. You ain't right, yo. You ain't right. You try to set him up with some slides and bike work. Then that grass, he could slide on them jumps. Saki waiting for one of y'all fall.
Yeah, man. And that's Bacardi in the background back there, I think, in this video. But yeah, man, you know, just and my son, man, like he don't even realize it, but the skill set he developing, man, like his peers don't have that. You know what I'm saying? His peers don't have that, you know.
Yeah, he been out there for a minute. How old is he now?
Man, he turned 18 in September, man. But
oh yeah,
he's been doing this since he was 9 years old, man.
Yeah.
With German shepherds and everything, bro.
Yeah. He look like he's gonna be taller than you too.
Nah, not gonna happen. But I think when he turned 18, I'm gonna have to cave his chest in because he's starting to feel himself. Yeah, man. Yeah. And then, man, I gotta this on the next episode, man. I gotta show y'all, man, what these police did. The police came to my house the other day, man. You know, trying to question me and stuff. But what they didn't realize, man, this is why these cameras is important, man. Shout out to everybody who's been saying get cameras. I caught their whole conversation on my Blink camera that they didn't know was above my garage. I heard their whole conversation before they came to my front door, and I got it on camera.
What they was out there scheming?
Yeah, so my next door neighbor, man, they got a daughter. I guess she been sneaking out. You know what I'm saying? Woody woody woo. You know what I mean? And they was coming over here trying to get my opinion. And so when I go to the door, I think I even got the ring doorbell conversation recorded where, you know what I'm saying, they like, well, can we review your footage? And I'm like, no. I said, all my cameras are noise sensitive, like over a certain decibel they go off. So if there was a commotion last night, I would have heard it. I said I also have 2 attack trained pit bulls, you know. And I said my dogs ain't bark at all last night. I don't got nothing to do with that. And this is the truth, you know, it's the God honest truth. Like my dogs didn't go off. My dogs bark at everything. If a javelina run through the neighborhood at night and they smell it, they going off. You know what I'm saying? None of my cameras went off. My Ring or my Blinks or my Wise cameras, they didn't go off. You know what I'm saying? Interior or exterior. So no, you're not about to come over here harassing me. And they even planned it. You know, you can see when they finally realized it was a camera, they walked to all my cameras, and you can see them walking around my yard to all my cameras, like, you know, well, maybe he caught it over here, maybe he caught it over there. You know what? Those cameras, if that little girl had gotten assaulted and I saw it, man, I would help him out. But like it's because she only 16, you know, and that's how you end up with a body in your neighborhood with something like that, man, you know. But anyways. So they, you know, they over there plotting what they gonna tell me. Don't realize that I heard the whole conversation though, you know. So for those of y'all who ain't got cameras, man, get your camera game up, bro. I use Blink, man. It costs about $300 for a Blink setup. You can get a 4-camera Blink setup for about $400, and you can run it off Wi-Fi or you can hardwire them into your house. I run mine off Wi-Fi, and by having it on Wi-Fi, even if I'm at work, if somebody shows up at my house, in the proximity of my yard, I can see it. You know what I'm saying? I can see it. So you look at that skill right there, bro. Look at that boy.
I'm peeping you, Dre. I'm peeping you. That's what's up. I'm peeping.
Cutting with the cops on.
Yeah, I peep you. You look like a real. You look like you know something right there. I ain't gonna front. You look like you know something right there.
Yeah, man. They call us samurai kennels for a reason. And I bet you ain't seen none of them because they wear flip-flops. The samurais, when they wasn't in armor, they wore their flip-flops.
Yeah. You say I ain't say nothing to him. You say that.
With the toes on.
You don't know if I ain't say nothing to him or not.
Yeah, let me run that back for you, Toyo. Let me run that back for you, cuz. You know what I'm saying?
They got samurai with Timberlands on butters and stuff. You got and Nike boots. You got to peep them ones.
Hey, let me address this question right here, man, because the chat been acting up. He say, Tsunami 72 said, "It's my first time seeing your dog. What is the general bloodline of him? He's a great representation of the breed." So actually, Tsunami, the bite work, I would say is not a good representation of the breed. I do want to clarify that. I do bite work because it's what I enjoy. And for the lifestyle I live, I do a lot of hiking. I do a lot of things where I'm exposed to people. I want dogs that I know will bite on command. So that's why I do the bite work. But my dog is bred, he's Jeep Red Boy Rascal on top of Spike Frisco. Jeep Red Boy Rascal, specifically from the Joe Woodall and the Pitt Islands stuff, over top of Spike Frisco, which is basically two of the lines that Tom Garner runs. You know, so that's how he's bred, man. And yeah, man. Thank you for asking that, Tsunami. I appreciate the genuine interest, man. Thank you.
While you on Tom Gardner, boy, salute Tom. But Tom, when he do his little jabs and slides, tell me when he do his 1,000-punch jab, Joe, his workout, Joe. Salute, Tom. Salute.
Yeah, facts. And you know, and back when he was a young
Tom say he's still swinging, ain't
he? Yeah. You know who Tom looked like? You ever seen that movie, The Expendables, with Sylvester Stallone and all the old action movie people?
Yeah, who he look like?
Tom,
which one?
Yeah, Tom fit right in with that group, man. You
know, look like Expendable.
Yeah, Tom wanted the Expendables.
He got the good two-step. Wow. Two-step Joe.
And I'm gonna let y'all know right here, over here on this channel, man. Ain't nobody exempt from getting clowned. You know what I'm saying?
Hell no.
I'm not gonna disrespectfully clown him, but that's
it's respectful clown. He know what time it is. Good electric sliding, jab throwing.
Yeah, but he looked like one of the Expendables. He fit right in with Arnold and Sylvester Stallone. You know what I'm saying? The old dude. You know, back in the day, they'd knock your head off. You know what I'm saying?
Keep swinging, Tom. Keep swinging. I think I could take a couple of them motherfuckers he throwing though. Keep swinging, Tom.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Mike Tyson right in that class too. You know, he was. You know, that Jake Paul match showed us that, but he's still scratching, man. Still scratching. Salute to CPK APBT, Tom Roque, Tom Rourke. And then Tsunami said he got some wood all in his blood. Absolutely. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. But Toyo, I ran this back for you, man, because for those of y'all who got here late, man, my brother Toyo was saying Bulldog is out there in them Crocs be looking crazy. But you know what I'm saying? We out here Bulldogging with these Crocs, and we out here, you know.
That's just my opinion now. I don't want to fight a whole bunch of you motherfuckers. But hey, but I will though. Y'all line up. I got a chance when y'all got y'all Crocs on. Y'all.
Yeah, man. And my son, I was showing my son my Yaido technique, and as well as my Tamagori technique, man. So it's the art of a single slice. You know, so that slice is designed for me to one slice, take unsheathe my weapon and do a death blow. You know, and I'm showing you the accuracy of that. You know, also a lot of people don't know this, but almost everywhere I go, there's a katana on me. Whether it's in my vehicle, whether it's in my backpack, you know, it's either a Tanto, my Wakasashi, or right here, that's my actual Okatana. You know, my three shaku, which is 3 feet. You know, my Wakasashi is two shaku, which is 2 feet, and my Tanto is 1 shaku, which is 1 foot.
Look what Doria said, Dre.
What Doria said, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's all love, man. But it's yeah, even Tom can get it. You know what I'm saying? Pause.
Hey, at least he out there swinging. He bulldog. He said, yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Boy, you look funny as I don't know what with them Crocs on doing that.
Hey, bald head samurai. Bald head samurai.
No, you look serious with that katana though. Whatever that jump.
I did that. I'm trying to get down to where I can slice a pea. You know, I'm trying to get down to where I can slice a pea if it's thrown at me. You know.
Oh, that's vicious. Vicious.
You know, it's one thing to do the work, you know, with the dogs and have the dogs be able to defend you. But like, what I look like having a dog defend me and I can't defend him. You know what I'm saying? If we get on a hog, you know what I'm saying? My dog grabbed that hog. I'm coming in with that katana, and It's one slice off with his head. Let him roll. You know, one slice off with his head. Let him roll, man. You know. Did you see that? Oh, Toya, let me run that back for you. That's what I started with. Look, that's what I started with the watermelon. Now, what I didn't realize, man, was the katana so sharp that it's not going to split. The watermelon didn't split, so it hit me. You know what I'm saying? So my son basically hit me with a watermelon, y'all. You know what I mean? CPK said, anybody catch the twin show last night? I did not, man. What you bring it up? Is there a specific topic they covered that you wanted to broach or something like that, bro? Yeah, man. Also, man, for those of y'all who don't know, man, tile floors are not good for small puppies. This puppy right here probably like 12, 14 weeks in this video. So she's been outside, and we made sure she's not gonna get the what's that thing called, the flat pasterns or the splaying feet. You know what I'm saying? We've done that work outside to make sure that's not going to happen, man. But definitely be careful with tile floors with young puppies, man.
What you with the Crocs is inside, outside jumps. They ain't slide.
Outside, everywhere, man.
Okay,
everywhere.
okay.
You know I wear them like them girls be wearing their little shower caps to the store. You know what I'm saying? You know, it goes everywhere I go. You know what I'm saying? The shower cap.
Man, I know you had to take a couple spills in them jumps. You just don't record them jumps. You just edit them jumps out. Those would be hilarious.
So the only time I took a spill of them, man, my German Shepherd, he was eating. And I went over there to take the food bowl, and he thought I was another dog, so he tried to bite me. And Toyo, I was chasing this dog around the backyard, and my wife and my kids was watching this. I didn't even know they was watching. I'm chasing this dog because I was going, man, I was going to correct him sternly. And I'm chasing this dog, man, and he did a 180-degree cut. And when I cut, the Crocs came off, my feet came out from under me, bro. Man.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, man. Brother Supreme said he finna go well, but his headphones in. Salute, bro. Salute. Yeah, man. Salute to you, bro. And you know, once again, man, this is the third generation of my dogs, man. And I'm just showing, you know, what makes you right in dog breeding. It's your results. Are you getting the results you're looking for? I'm showing you, you know, 3 generations of dogs that gave me the results that I was looking for, you know. And that's all I'm getting at, man. You know, we can argue all day, man, but your results don't lie. You know what I'm saying? The proof is in the pudding. You know, the possibilities is in the pedigree, but the proof is in the pudding.
I think Crockett or one of the bulldogs in the community said something that was heavy. He was like, your good mouth might not be my good mouth. Your good looks might not be my good looks.
That's facts. But if your good mouth works for you and my good mouth works for me, ain't neither one of us wrong.
Salute.
You know, until we run into each other. You know, and that's you know, and at that point, you know, I guess he had the better mouth. I guess he had the more game animal. I guess he had the better trained animal. I guess he had the better conformationally sound animal. You know what I'm saying? You don't know until you run into it.
Salute.
So,
Salute that. Salute.
I think competition breeds excellence. You know what I'm saying? And I think comparison is the enemy of excellence. You know, you can sit there and compare something on a screen, but until it's face to face in the arena, you know, you don't know. And when I speak of the arena, I'm speaking about whatever it is you compete in. You know, the Swamp Nest Monster Melee in the building. What's good, big dog? Salute to you, man.
Swamp Nest.
Thank you for coming through. But yeah, man, I think that was a very profound statement that Brother Henry said. He said,
Salute Supreme. Salute.
Heart Finish said, Supreme, don't make me pull out the Queen in May for fake. Ooh, Supreme. Ooh. Hey. Yeah, man. I think it'd be a good showdown, man. Definitely best in black competition will be good, man. But yeah, and let me click on that real quick, Toya, while we here, man, because I ain't ran no commercials real quick. But for those of y'all who don't know, man, why get swole with another one? You can get swole with a brother. Check this out. Get fresh, get fit, get active. Get
Salute.
you a fresh outfit. Get you in shape so the outfit fit good. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing worse than that gut hanging over that belt line. You know what I'm saying? You trying to be cool. You know what I mean? And get active, man. Stay out there with them dogs and stay active in life, bro. Whatever it is you do, be the best at it, man. Be a killer at whatever it is you do. Yeah, but back to the Digital Dog Show. Our next Digital Dog Show entries in March 31st. Get your entries in by March 31st. Typically, I give it a week in between the end of the month and releasing it. But this is also the end of first quarter 2025. You know what I'm saying? So for those of y'all who are competing for best channels, competing for best dog man of the year, best yard, best kennel, you know what I'm saying? Dog of the year, dog man of the year. You know what I'm saying? Now is the time to get active, you know. And to be fair, man, I can't really be judging people that's not in my stuff, man. I'm not about to follow you around trying to find information on you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't no stalker. You know what I'm saying? So right now, Heart and Finish is killing the game. You know what I'm saying? Right now, Heart and Finish is killing the game. And, you know, first quarter, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be real hard to deal with Heart and Finish, Elevated, and a few select other brothers who decided to get in here and get into the show, you know. Yes, sir. But you can't win if you ain't in. You know what I'm saying? You can't win if you ain't in. So salute to those brothers and thank you for your constant support.
Yes, sir. Salute to those brothers. Salute the work.
Yeah, man. Salute the work, man. And congratulations on Best in Show again, Heart and Finish, man. Salute to you on that. And Brother Dre didn't even select it, man. The crowd did. Yeah. So Schoolboy has thought about this, and I say that. So he says, Brother Dorian Soul says, so Brother Dre, what does the supplement do? Okay, so the 3 supplements that I sell are creatine, whey protein, and a pre-workout, and that's all I use in my workout stack. Whey protein is simply a protein isolate, and my protein is not plant based. It is a meat and soy based protein, and so what whey protein does is it is a fast dissolvable protein during what's called protein synthesis, and I'm gonna break this down in the best way I can. When you first wake up in the morning and immediately follow a workout for about 45 minutes to an hour, your body is in what's called an anabolic state, which means it rapidly absorbs whatever you put into it faster than it does when you're in a catabolic state, which is where you slowly digest things and slowly break them down over a period of time. Okay, so when I take whey protein for is when I first wake up in the morning, I take whey protein so my muscles can immediately start absorbing protein, and proteins are the building blocks for muscle. Okay. And then after my workout, I take my protein and creatine after my workout because my body rapidly absorbs them. Now, while I'm saying that, let me also break this down for you. For those of y'all who have never worked out or may not understand this. The reason why people use steroids in both human beings and dogs, I don't use them. I never will. But the reason why people use them is this. The 2 times a day that you're anabolic or after a workout and after you wake up for a long period of time, when you sleep for greater than 3 hours, your body goes into an anabolic state. Anabolic steroids force the body to remain anabolic for longer periods of time. What that means is the body can absorb more protein and more nutrients for a longer period of time than natural. So it's naturally going to allow you to build more muscle because the body's absorbing things faster for a longer period of time. So the purpose of using steroids is you're definitely going to be stronger over a period of time with using them. So for those of y'all who use them, you already understand the results of what I'm speaking about. However, for those of us who want a more natural approach, whey protein is a protein that is developed from animals and soy products or fish, beef, and chicken. And it's a protein that is easily broken down in naturally occurring protein. However, it's an isolate, which means that you don't get all the carbohydrates and all the other things that come with the protein by just simply taking whey. You're only trying to build muscle. You're not trying to get your vitamin C. You're not trying to get your fiber and all those other things, right? So that's one of the supplements I release. The other supplement I release is creatine. Creatine is a protein that comes from red meat, typically the liver of red meat. What creatine does is creatine allows the body to store more water and allows dendrites and neurons within the body to fire faster when the body is heavily hydrated. However, if you're going to take a creatine monohydrate or polyhydrate, what you have to do is you have to hydrate the body because creatine does not work without a decent water source. So for me, I drink half my body weight in ounces of water. I'm 194 pounds, but I drink water as if I'm 200 pounds, which means I need 100 ounces of water per day. Okay, 100 ounces of water per day for creatine to be healthy. Anything less than that puts the body in danger of damaging the liver and kidneys. So if you ever gonna take a supplement, you need to know how to take that supplement. So whey protein, if you're not getting your water, don't take whey protein because you'll damage your kidneys and liver because you get enough protein from your natural diet and you can naturally put on muscle. But when you want to put on bulk muscle and you don't have a big appetite, like I don't have a big appetite, I supplement my appetite by taking protein. The creatine, you definitely don't want to take that if you're not going to get your water in and you're not going to drink water consistently and have a good water source. And then finally is my pre-workout. My pre-workout is heavily niacin based. Niacin is going to give you like this burn. It's going to give you this itch. And if you don't work out, you'll feel it, right? You know what I'm saying? And I only take pre-workout on mornings where I'm not feeling it. So those mornings where I'm feeling like I need a little boost, I take that pre-workout. But I don't take it every day. Some people take it every day, but it's just like taking Tylenol or any of those other over-the-counter supplements, man. Eventually, if you take it every day, it'll lose its luster, and you'll need more and more of it. So, and also pre-workout can cause heart issues for cardiovascular workouts. So I want to put all that out there as disclaimers. I know what I'm doing, and I do it the way I do it because I've been doing it for a long time. But I'm never I don't push my dogs on people and I don't push my supplements on people. I simply share them, and I hope I answered your question very well. Brother Toyo, what you think?
No, you explained that.
Okay.
You explained that very well.
Okay.
Dorian said he was talking about the dogs, though. He
Oh.
ain't know it's for people.
Yeah.
But that was it.
So no, I don't have any dog supplements yet, man. The parent company that I deal with, they don't have dog supplements yet. And even when they do, I wouldn't put them on the market until I've done a full keep on the supplement. Like everything that I put on the market, I have to test it before I put on the market. I'm not going to put nothing out I don't use, nothing. You know what I'm saying? None of that, man. I wouldn't feel responsible as a businessman to boast something and talk about it like that if I don't use it myself, man. I can't give you an honest review of the supplement or the product, you know. And speaking of the product, man, Dickie Foster, I sent you your routing number or your shipping number yesterday for your T-shirt. Brother Dickie Foster was the member that won the free T-shirt for the month of February. For the month of March, I'll be picking another member, and we'll be doing the same thing there as well, man. So salute to Brother Dickie Foster for winning that, man. And thank you for your constant support, Brother Dickie Foster.
Salute, Dickie.
All right, let me share this real quick too. So for this video right here, I did have the dogs walking together. I can no longer do this with my dogs, but I did at this point in time, and I want to share this as a disclaimer. I did this in a video when Kamikaze was less than 6 months old. But if I do that now, like you seen on Big Hill Live with Pop, she can't even be walking near Saki right now, man. So I kind of got to correct the imagery in this video because I don't want to give a false sense of what you can and can't do with these dogs to people who don't know. The dogs grew up together. They were able to be fed together to a certain time frame, and that's no longer possible. Could I overcorrect her into making them be able to get along again? Yes, but it could kill the drives that I need for my protection work. So people say, why would you want an aggressive dog? Because that same aggression that can be used in the box can be used to save my life in the event that I need that dog to react like a real American Pit Bull Terrier. And I'm not saying a real American Pit Bull Terrier bites people. I'm saying that a real American Pit Bull Terrier can be stabbed by somebody who's trying to hurt me, and it's still going to work. You know, that dog is still going to work. Whereas I was dealing with the Malinois, and there were certain things that their pain threshold wasn't high enough for me to feel safe with that dog protecting me with its life. You know, I think if my Malinois got stabbed, it would run off.
Salute the experience. Salute the experience to let you know that.
Yeah.
RBG, Lone Wolf, salute.
Yeah, man. Salute RBG, man. Welcome, brother RBG. Yeah, man. And hold on, Apache texting me right now, Big Hill. Go ahead and click Big Hill. Whoa, Apache got some good looking puppies, y'all. Yeah. And they some clear. I'm gonna post these on this next episode too. Apache got some good looking puppies, man. They down off Apache Kennels Blanca, man. She's a great producer, man. Off of that Woodall stuff. Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Salute Big A.
Yeah,
Dog Man TV, CBK say the applications of using is similar, but use dog products for dogs, in my opinion.
so
I second that too, CPK.
Let me stop y'all real quick though. I agree, but I don't agree. Okay, and this is where I disagree. I use human calcium pills for my dogs. Okay, I break the pill in half, I crush it. I also use Benadryl for my dogs. I don't buy Apoquel. I use Benadryl. So there's certain things I agree with that, but not in its entirety. There are certain things I will use with my dogs. You know what I'm saying? I stopped using calcium pills and I started using eggshells in recent years, but I'm okay with that. I also use echinacea as an active ingredient when I want a female to come in to heat faster, and that's a human supplement that I use with my dogs. But other than that, you know, I agree. Like I'm not about to use my human whey protein on no dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do that. You know.
Right. Salute.
Yeah. But so you tell me you ain't never used no calcium pill on your dog, like the calcium pill you get for people?
No. You're right. You're right, but he's basically probably trying to say, like, you know, everybody, you got experience with dogs, so you know how to do that. But like, would you tell a beginner to do that? You know what I mean?
No,
You know what I
absolutely
mean? So he got to look at it like that. You know what I mean? To be safe, he said you could do it. He said you could do it, but like to be safe, you know, use dog products for dog products until you get some experience and you know how to transfer it. The weights, because it get complicated. The weights, you got to measure shit and all that type of stuff.
You
But yeah,
right. And,
but what you're saying, you know, I understand for sure.
But I want to caveat that. And I didn't start using Benadryl for my dogs. I Googled it, but I also asked my vet about it because my dogs were having an allergic reaction to some chicken products that I was using. And so I used the Benadryl, man. And he was like, start off with a half a tablet. I put it in a pill crusher and used it. But it was with medical advice. I didn't just go haphazardly to using that either. You know what I'm saying? I talked to some dog brothers who said they'd done it before. You know, the vet said it was okay. You know what I mean? And Google said it was okay, man. So I had 3 different sources, 3 different references, 3 different resources, because I love my dogs and I don't want to lose them because of negligence. You know, so definitely put it out there. Yeah.
We at the gun range on this one.
Nah, so I was showing brothers like some hustles you can get into, man. You know, I was working voluntarily at the this trap and skeet range, and I actually learned how to shoot trap and skeet doing this volunteer work. And I still do volunteer work to this day. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a big part of being part of the community. And a lot of times during my volunteer work, I get to educate people. On this volunteer stream right here, there's a live, the big that Heart and Finish was talking about earlier. I was at the trap and skeet range when that live occurred. You know, so the people that was listening in to the live, they were able to be educated on the American Pit Bull Terrier. You know, when I'm driving Lyft, I'm listening to different people's channels and stuff. And they're being exposed. And I met people that have American Pit Bull Terriers or people that found out via riding in the car with me that they don't have American Pit Bull Terriers. They got bullies or something else, you know. And they simply learned that by listening into some of this great knowledge that's being produced, you know. And this right here is not a Samurai Kennels produced dog, but it is a Samurai Kennels own dog. This is a Red Boy Jocko dog. Her name is Dior, you know, and I always do, like I said, the tug work and transference, all that stuff. And Heart and Finish said, dog products be weak. That's why we use horse and cattle meds. Yeah, and I'm very careful about sharing what medications I use that are not specifically designed for dogs. And I think the reason why dog products are weak is because it's not going to allow a novice person that overuses the product to harm the dog. Whereas with some of those stronger products, you know, you give a dog the wrong amount of ivermectin, man, and you're gonna have a dead game animal in your yard. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. I definitely know why they limit the concentrates in the dog products. Hey, Big Hill, I don't know if you noticed, but in this video right here, this is my pre-croc era. I had on my slides.
Oh, you already know I peeped it. You know I'm peeping all that. I'm peeping all that. I ain't seen you with no dog man shoes on yet in any video. Okay. I ain't see you with no boots on. That's you the new age dog, man.
Okay, so we roasted the dog man now. Okay, let me go back in my bag, man. Let me go back in my bag because I definitely got the videos with the boots on, struggling. You know what I'm saying? Struggling, getting caught in the mud with the boots. But I got this because you ain't about to get like that. You ain't about to do me
Maybe
like
y'all youngins just got better balance and shit. Pants hanging down, Crocs and shit on.
man. Y'all generation started the pants sagging thing. Tell me I'm lying.
You lying?
I ain't lying. But here you go. This for you, bro. This for you, brother. Brother Big Hill. What's them right there, Big Hill?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, see, you don't even need look. See how rough you feel. You doing it on your arm and everything. See how different you feel. Look at you. Look. Yeah, you can mess with two of them. Look, you got two of them. Look, you see how you feel. You know what I mean? That other joint, you was tippy toeing like, hey. Look, we got all of them out there with the boots on. Hey, guys. Hey. Look, picking them up. Look, you can handle anything. He had to take them off. He got you, though. He got you. Yeah. You couldn't do all that with them Crocs on. You couldn't do all that with them Crocs on. You had to mess with them one at a time. You couldn't have the whole family out there like that. Look at them on your jump. You got Crocs on, the ones at the bottom getting you. You're a good actor too. Look at you acting. You're a good like you do it all for your dogs. I love it, Dre. I love it.
Well, yeah, because from the dog training world, right? Dogman TV said, now you look like a dog man. But from the dog training world, and let me explain this to y'all too. This is not smart, okay? Like, don't do this at home. Please don't do this dumb stuff at home, man. But I'm being real, man. Like, I do this, man, because from the dog the pit bull world has never clowned me for not letting my dogs bite me for real. Okay, the pit bull world has never done that. The dog training world will give you heck, because what they're gonna say is that dog ain't really gonna bite you. All he do is bite sleeves. You know what I'm saying? All he do is bite sleeves. And in this video right here, this video was not made for the pit bull terrier world. This video was made for the dog training world. And you're gonna see the holes in the sleeves, right? And I'm gonna pull the sleeve. I think this video I pull the sleeve up and show you. I had to take the bite. I had to take the bite for real.
Hey.
This dog will really bite you. You know what I'm saying? And people go, well, why would you do that? Well, here's why. Because in the dog trainer world, the dog trainer world is just as hardcore as the pit bull world when it comes to, like, bro, you gotta prove yourself. And that's why, like, with these dog trainers, bro, like, they can't say nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? Okay, that was a 2-month-old puppy, you know what I'm saying, biting through a hoodie, you know what I'm saying, with his puppy teeth in.
Hey. I'm
not telling you to go out there and let your 2-month-old puppy bite you, but I'm telling you right now, at an early age, these dogs are being trained to really bite. You know what I'm saying? You're like, oh man, he bite his sleeve, man. He ain't gonna really do that to a person. That dog will kill you. That dog will kill you. You know what I'm saying? And now, if that dog bit your arm now, it will break your arm. But once again, I'm getting fired up because
you had the boots on. You see yourself in the boots, and now you charged up like, yeah, I was like that with the boots on.
Here we go. Here you go. But yeah, brother Big A, what's good, man? Come over here and bring some levity to this conversation.
Nah, man, shoot. I was just listening. I was going in, man. I was enjoying it, Yeah.
Salute, bro.
Hey, what's happening?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
And once again, man, this video right here was not made for the pit bull world. This was made for all them dog trainers on YouTube. They be trying to say, these backyard self-taught trainers can't do nothing. This was my shepherd. That's my homeboy. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no sleeve. The dog want him. You know what I'm saying? The dog wants him. And Big A, I've done the same thing with Saki and Big A. You know what I'm saying? The dog wanted to bite him.
Yeah.
No equipment.
Almost got me a couple of times. Yeah. Yep. I used to always say, man, we gonna be sitting in the garage and I'm just gonna like get up and just like aggressively grab you and shit. And Psycho act a damn fool.
Yeah, but I had to show, you know what I'm saying? Like, because the dog trainer, I'm telling you, bro, if y'all think it's arguments in the American Pit Bull Terrier world, bro, the dog trainer world is worse. I promise you it's worse. The hate I get from dog trainers is way worse than anything I ever got in the American Pit Bull Terrier world. And the fact that I'm torn between the two, man, I get beat up so bad on this internet, man. I get mollywopped on this internet, but I'm still scratching.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes,
You
sir.
know what I'm saying? But I'm still scratching. You know what I'm saying? I never let you take that from me, man. I never let you take my heart. None of y'all. Pitbull people or the dog training world. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You want me to shut up? Beat me at what I do. You know what I'm saying? Beat me at what I do. You know?
Yeah.
Shut up. And even then, when I shut up, I'm going back to the drawing board so I can come back again and whoop you again, man, because competition breeds excellence.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And then that same dog that bit me, you know what I'm saying? I'm teaching him, you don't walk through a doorway before I walk through a doorway. And I'm going to break that down for you. In a wolf pack, the
Pack
alpha wolf
structure.
leaves the den before the beta wolves. So how do I keep these dogs from becoming man-biting curs? They just bite indiscriminately. They are taught that you are below me and you're below my family or below those people who you sworn to protect. But because I teach them they place in my pack, you know, the dog will never look me eye to eye. That's why I don't put you'll never see me with my dogs on the table doing bite work. Because when you put that dog eye to eye with a person, you're putting that dog in the same stature as that person. You know, he doesn't see you as a superior anymore due to your stature. He sees you as a peer. You know, this is my belief. You don't have to believe it. You train how you want to train. You know what I'm saying? This is my belief and it works for me, you know.
Yeah.
Salute the work. Salute the work of the people that developed this dog to try to hinder the human aggressiveness. But that's be 100% honest. Dog got teeth in their mouth, dog bite. And you know, it's just part of a dog. And human aggressiveness does not equivalent to her automatically. And a lot of times people run with that. Oh, he bite people, he occur. Not really in my book. They don't go like that. Just my opinion.
Well, it's another thing that people don't realize. Protection dogs and attack dogs is different. And I get so pissed off at the training world for this. So my dogs are not human aggressive dogs at all. When I go to a show, a lot of people that see me on YouTube, I guess they expect my dog to just be snarling and drooling at the mouth trying to bite people. My dog be the calmest dog that you can walk up to it and pet it and have a good time. But when I tell it that you are a target, remember how I told you about the transference, the tug, the sleeve, the person. When I tell it to bite you, he doesn't see you as a person anymore. You become a toy. You're a toy in front of my dog, and he's just gonna rag you. That's it. But he's not gonna chase you down. You know what I'm saying? He gonna rag you. He gonna hold you there because you're his toy. And you ain't going nowhere. Period. You know what I'm saying? I see a lot of man aggressive dogs in the show ring, and I'm disappointed because the same people who blast me for doing protection work got dogs that indiscriminately bite. I watched South Bottom almost get bit about 4 or 5 times when he was handing out the ribbons by real man aggressive, real man biting curs, real curs.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying let me take that back. I'm not gonna say they curs, but they were really man aggressive. Like they were indiscriminate. I don't know you. I'm gonna bite you. Period. You know.
Yeah.
My dogs. I can take my dogs everywhere, and they'll still bite you. You know what I'm saying? But like I could walk up to you and have a conversation, and you would never know that dog will bite you. That dog will make you want to try me, and then when you try me, you find out. It's just like like I have my 38 on me, right? I got my 38 in my hoodie. You know what I'm saying? I'm not walking around with my 38 out, but you try me, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna send you to Jesus. You know what I mean? And that's how I want my dogs to be. They just like my guns. My dogs are my sword. They're my weapon. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And I only unsheathe them when they need to be unsheathed. That's the difference between the training aspect of it and just having a dog that bites. My dogs are trained to know when to bite.
Yeah, Saki's so calm, like you say, he'll make you want to try him. You know, you might think about trying Saki. You know, I know I would, and it'd probably be one of the worst mistakes I ever made.
Yeah. Let me answer this question real quick, y'all. So CPK APBT Kendall said, Pelican Bay said tabletop eye to eye. I'm not a protection expert. Okay, let me break this down for y'all. Okay, so there are people who use the table, and if you're a trainer that uses the table and it works for you, then what I'm saying is of no relevance whatsoever. But I'm gonna tell you this right now. I sold a dog to a guy in Oklahoma, right? And he does protection work, but the dogs he uses are Prestas and Connie Corsos. That's what he used to. He's not used to taking an American Pit Bull Terrier and making a balanced protection dog. And a lot of these trainers that y'all see on YouTube, they don't have a balanced protection dog. They have an attack dog, which means that the dog bites anybody that's not the owner. Okay? For those guys, most of these guys, they're introverted people who live in an area where that's all they need is a dog that's going to bite anybody that come on their property. I'm a public person. I take my dog to shows. I go to obedience competitions. I go to Walmart with my dogs. I go to Tractor Supply with my dog. My dogs can't be that. I don't need that. That's not my lifestyle. I have a lot of friends. I have people over my house. My kids have friends. They have friends over my house. My dogs, I don't want a dog that just bites. I don't need a dog that just bites. I'm not that scary. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't have a necessity in my life. I don't go around triggering people to need a dog that bites all the time. Okay? So for what I use the dog for, if I'm on a walk right here in the park, right? And somebody comes up and they harassing me. One, I have my pistol, I have a sword, I have all kind of stuff. The dog is just an extra weapon, but it's my companion. The dog is my pet, it's my companion. However, if we get into a situation and I need that dog to do what it has to do, I need that dog to do what I tell it to do, and I need that training there to know that the dog is capable of it. You know, that's just like historically speaking. If you're gonna have how you gonna have a game dog and know it's a game dog if you don't game test it? How am I have a protection dog and know it's a protection dog if I ain't never put it in a situation to protect?
Yeah.
You know? So I put my dogs in situations to see when needed will they bite. For example, this park that I'm walking through right here, the first time I ever truly trusted Saki was this park right here. I had Big A meet me at this park, right? And this before Saki knew who he was. And I said, hey, I want you to hide behind a tree and I want you to jump out like you're trying to mug me. And I want to see what this dog will do when you jump out and try to mug me.
And it was nighttime. Yeah, it was nighttime.
Yeah, at nighttime.
So he really couldn't see.
Big A,
See,
why do we do it at night?
Yeah, because you couldn't make out who it was. It's just it's a shadow coming at you pretty much. It could be anybody. You know, I am a threat. It doesn't matter. You know, whatever it is, I am a threat. It doesn't matter who it is. I'm jumping out at you. What you gonna do?
Now, Big A, when you jumped out from behind that tree, how did the dog react?
Oh, Saki jumped and it caught you off guard to his pool. He damn near got me that night.
Okay. Now, after we was done with that situation, when we was walking back to my house, it took him a little while to come back into where you could touch him.
Yeah, it took him a little while, but at the same time, once he came came back down, I could have took the leash and walked him.
Yeah, exactly. That's balance. That's balance. You know, and so back to the table thing, man. Okay, so the guy I sold a dog to in Oklahoma, the dogs that he bite, because my Malinois, I didn't have to teach him to bite people. He wanted to bite people. I had to teach him when to bite people. Okay? With my dogs, I have to teach them it's okay to bite people and it's okay to bark at a person. They don't come out like that. Okay? So a lot of these protection trainers, they go get the dog that's already ready to bite you and they have to dial it back. But when you put them on that table, that builds the drive to bite a person. And what a lot of people have is they just have a fully automatic weapon that you can't stop. And I've had a gun like that before where it's fully automatic, but once you pull the trigger, the whole clip is going to empty, whether you hold the trigger or not. I don't want a gun where I get one. It might as well be a single shot because once you pull the trigger, it's going to spray, but you can't control how many bullets come out. You know, and that's how the dogs that I've seen off the table, that's how they are. Once you pull the trigger, your clip is empty. Once you pull the trigger, your clip is empty. My dogs ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? I can fire, boom. You know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. You know, I needed 2 shots to drop that target. All right, cool. You know, I'm only expending the energy I need to expend, man. So I don't believe in the table. I do use a back tie though. I use a back tie to build drive. And I'll tie them out and I have them bite on the back tie. But that's all I need, man. But putting them on an eye level and making them see people as equals, I don't do that. I don't think it's wrong or right, but it's not necessary for how I train my dogs, you know?
Yeah. And then on top of that, like I always say this, it's it's a matter of lifestyle. It's a matter of what you need from the dog. And then on top of that, from a training perspective, man, there is no right or wrong. You know, it's just what works for you. So, you know, That's just pretty much, and does it actually work, and can it work consistently? So all those is what count. So at the end of the day, let's see the results.
Yeah. Also, y'all, these videos are old videos. As you can see right here, Saki does not have that scar above his right eye on this video. So 2 weeks before I went to my first ADBA show, him and Hendrix had a yard accident, and Saki was getting whooped, for the first little bit of that, and then Hendrix got an eye hold on him, and there's a scar above Saki's eye. It's from a yard accident. I promise you, it's from in this garage, because when it's raining outside and it's bad weather, I put my dogs in the garage, and this is why I don't use the wire crates no more. So the wire crates, Saki escaped his wire crate. When he escaped his wire crate, Hendrix got fired up because Hendrix is the hotter of the two. So Hendrix escapes his wire crate. They get to wrecking. I hear the commotion in the garage, you know what I'm saying? And so I go in there and they wrecking, And at the time, they weren't adults. I mean, Saki, he was maybe 12, 13 months, and Hendrix was maybe, 11, 12 months old. Hendrix was bigger than him. So to me, they puppies. So, and I don't record stuff like that and put it on the internet, man, but it happened. And it happened lawfully. Like, I didn't do anything to encourage this. They were actually contained, and the containers I had weren't good enough. Just like when just like when Bacardi and Dior got a hold of each other, them cages I bought were not adequate for the American Pit Bull Terrier. So anyways, I go in there, and like, your dogs are like your kids. With my two sons, when they get in a fight, I don't break it up immediately. And I want to put this in human terms, man. Like, for all of those out there, the cancel culture, if you don't like this story, cancel me and leave me alone. But just like my sons, when my sons get into a match, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes they need to get it. They need to work it out. They need to get it out of their system, right? And so it's the same thing with my dogs, with puppies anyway. With adult dogs, it's completely different. They can deal a lot of damage fast. And so with my puppies, sometimes they just need to see who the alpha is, and they need to work it out. So so I sat there and stood there and watched it for a little bit. And Saki was getting whooped at first, and to me, I was like, if he's gonna be my main dog, he gonna have to do better than that. So, just like with my sons, my younger son, my older son should whip him, but sometimes my younger son, he might just have him that day, And I don't make them fight. They was in there playing Call of Duty, My older son talking junk. Oh, you suck, you trash, woody woo. So I said, okay, man. My younger son was getting the better of him that day, so I let him get him. You know what I mean? And then before they hurt each other seriously, I break it up. But my kids are not pacifists. I don't teach my kids not to defend themselves. And if your kids put your hands on my kids' hands at school, I want my kids to hurt your kid. You know what I'm saying? Just being real. And so So anyways, after a while, Saki started getting the better of Hendrix, and then Saki does bike training. Hendrix gonna do bike training, so Saki went into his throat. But by the time this happened, man, Saki had a scar above his right eye, man, and I haven't been able to heal that scar. So in the earlier videos of Saki, there is no scar above his right eye, but during that puppy on puppy action, he received a scar and it never healed, man. So that's where that scar came from in my videos, man. And in modern videos, you'll see that. But I share that story, man. I don't go out there and put your dog in a situation where they're going to get into an accident. But this happened, and it wasn't my fault. I blame it on Walmart. You know what I'm saying? Just like if you go to McDonald's, the coffee and the lid ain't on tight, man. That ain't your fault, man. McDonald's should have made sure that lid was on your cup. So
yeah. And speaking of, man. Oh, go ahead, bro.
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. Speaking of, man, yard accidents and all of that stuff, man. A lot of things come with experience and time, man. Sometimes you've had a certain caliber of dog where it is containable in your normal setups or whatnot. And then, as you progress, you might venture this way, venture that way, and then the caliber changes, man. And that same setup is the same yard accident, or you used to having these dogs that aren't as athletic as you're used to having, and you get a highly athletic and smart and ignorant dog, you're gonna have a problem on your hands, man, if you don't have a proper setup. So You know, it usually starts with those Walmart kennels and or whatnot. But I can tell you, even just at the show, it was about 3 or 4 dogs ran through the kennels while we were there. So you know, it's a you know, like I say, it's an experience thing. You know, and a lot of times people aren't used to having a certain caliber of dog. And I mean, even dealing with the breed that we have, man, because you know, you might have this dog, um, you've had this dog for years, never had any situations happening, and you get a couple more dogs, and then all of a sudden you get a monster on the yard, and he just, you know, the same setup that you have for all your other dogs, the monster just run through, you know, on a regular basis, kennels and all of that. So man, you know, those are things to definitely be on, you know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Brother Elevator, welcome to the chat. I'm gonna shoot the link back into the to the comment section. Hold on, let me put it. But yeah, y'all. And the reason why the live is going as long as today, y'all, is because I'm off today. You know what I'm saying? I took leave. I fly out tomorrow to head back to the Carolinas. So I definitely wanted to get on here and cook with y'all a little bit and just chop it up with y'all. Yeah, man. And shouts out to my brother, Outlaw Texas Kennel. This is him in the video, man, with his dog Ace, man. Yeah, getting him ready for the slap meal competition.
Salute.
Yeah, man.
Settings.
What's going on, big dog?
What's up, bro? What y'all doing?
Just cooking up.
Chopping it up. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, no, that whole running through the kennels thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, them airplane carriers suck ass. You're better
yeah,
off with a wire cage.
yeah.
Hate to tell anybody. Them
Yeah,
airplane
but not
carrier
just
things.
any wire cage though. You need a high end wire cage.
I'm telling you, if you're better off with a regular wire cage than you are one of them pieces of shit.
Yeah.
I mean, like, everybody's too comfortable with dogs fucking shit up. Like, if they're messing stuff up, there's a reason. You know what I mean? Oh, not just that dog's that bad or that. Like, I've had some bad dogs that didn't tear up a wire cage. It ain't got
Yeah.
nothing to do with how bad they are.
Yep.
Like, I can put Haywood in a wire cage, and I promise most people ain't got shit that's gonna hang with Haywood, and he's just fine in a wire cage. Like them airplane carriers, I don't like how the top part and the bottom part are separate. And some of them are really nice because they're kind of like bolted together. They got like little bitty bolts that bolts the top down. But then some
Yeah.
of them have like a clasp that holds the top to the bottom, kind of like a toolbox latch. I don't like those. The old ones that were screwed and they were like, I swear the old ones used to be made of a thicker plastic material too than they are now. Like
Yeah.
that stuff used to be solid as a rock.
So the weak point I found on the airline carriers, besides the seal on the side, is the actual door itself. When my
Yeah.
dog goes, it's always the door they break off.
Well, like back in the day too, the metal rod used to stick through the door like hell, an inch and a half, 2 inches up, like the part that holds the door on, and then the latch part you squeezed it more and it latched a lot more. Now the like little metal prong goes up into a little spot that's
Yeah,
like made for it instead of going through a hole that like where it sticks out. They've just changed the design of them so slightly, and I don't think people's noticed it. You know what I mean?
yeah, man. It's the priceflation. They charge you more for weaker product on
Well,
everything.
and when I say a wire cage, like it's a wire cage, a regular one, but the weak points on it are the gate at the either the door or like around the door where they kind of like where you put it together, you set it up. So I take the big zip ties and I put two on the top edge, like it, and lock it, and then I put two down the sides, on the front and back, and then I zip tie the side door shut. That way, only one door can be able to be open at the dog shows.
Yeah,
That's what I do, and that's why I trust wire crates more than most people does. is because if you take and zip tie that thing, they can't physically get out of it. They can't pry their head through it. Not with a 1/2 inch wide zip tie. That's why I built the thing I built and brought. Honestly, it's because I didn't have an airplane carrier and I had wire cages, and they wasn't allowing that.
Yeah, man. So I upgraded to them cages with the removable bottoms because
Yeah.
they pretty good, but they starting to bend those now. You know, so I think.
What are you talking
But this
about with the remove?
they
Do you
what
have a
happens
picture
is
you could show?
let me see if I can pull it
Yeah,
up.
Because I don't
because
know what you're talking about.
that's why I was saying about the cheaper wired cage, because when you have especially dogs with mouth and stuff like that, and they get to grabbing on that wire cage, they'll break that thing. They'll
But
break
we're not
the
addressing the problem. The problem's not the cage. It's the dogs.
right.
If they're going to destroy these cages, they've spent too much time in one. You know what I mean?
So
Or they or
I'm
they've not spent enough.
gonna give you a different perspective on that elevated. So with mine, they're fine in a crate, but I can
Mhm.
put them in there for 2 minutes. If I put one of my dogs on the slap mill and the other one's in the crate, they're gonna go crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's not the duration. It's the what's triggering them.
Well, and that's most of the time why the dogs aren't set up near the sporting events. Like that's why the sporting, if you'll ever notice, the sporting events are kind of off by themselves always. Maybe it's just to where they set it up out of the way, but unintentionally they're usually like away from the dogs completely. It's weird. Like I do know there's dogs that destroy it, but at the same time, like why are they doing that? You know what I mean? Like that's what's weird. Mine ain't gonna get worked up by no dog just walking by enough to tear out a fucking cage. And then one dude was like, "Well, you don't know. You don't know." I've been to like 25 dog shows and used them. I do know, and I take lots of dogs at one time. You know, like I know my dogs pretty well. Whereas, like you know your dogs pretty well. You don't put them in the things. That's smart. Stop the problem completely.
Yeah, and some of those habits are learned by other dogs, like
Yeah.
digging, for example. You know what I'm saying? Like my
Yep.
dogs don't dig, but they go to a
Yeah.
yard and dig. You know what I'm saying? Like they pick up those habits. You know,
Yeah.
and
Whenever a siren goes off, I used to have not a single dog that did this, but then I got my Chinaman dog, and she'd hear a siren and she'd start howling and copy the siren. Now every dog I have does that. They've all picked that up.
Yeah, that's one of those traits where one of those things that, yeah, like if I did have dogs in the yard and I brought a new dog to the yard and it was a digger, that dog got to go immediately.
Well, digging's weird. Yeah, it just depends. Like
Yeah.
Lee Robinson says, they're supposed to dig because they got terrier in them, and I believe that. Mason's a digging son of a gun, but at the same time, like other dogs will learn from that shit sometimes. I've actually not had a dog pick up his habit of that yet. I'm waiting to see which one it'll be though.
yeah,
Yeah.
my dogs will dig. Let me correct that too. If they see like a marmot hold or groundhog hold, they'll
Mhm.
dig for stuff like that. But like just like to dig to escape a kennel, nah, they're not gonna do that.
Yeah. Mason digs like you could put him in a flat soccer field, right, on a chain, and he's gonna dig up a rock. He'll find the only rock that's in 100-mile radius of that place. That's what he does. He digs up rocks. And then he'll get a rock and he'll act like he's playing with it and he'll dig around it. You know what I mean? Like the rock will just be laying there and he'll be digging a hole to China around it. Just because of now that he's older, I don't stop him from doing that.
Yeah.
When he was younger, I
Yeah.
used to take the rocks from him. Quit doing that shit, you know? But now, hell, he's 10 years old, so I just let him do it. Let him have some fun. Keeps him
Yeah,
young, I think.
you gotta let them be a dog, man. And
Hmm.
that's why like I'm not trying. I'm gonna train Kamikaze, but I'm training her own rate, man. I'm not gonna go out there and force it and hit her with a prong
Yeah.
collar and all that and our e-collar and stuff right away, man. I'm just gonna train her how she is, man. And I brought another trainer in with more experience to help me out with that. And it takes a lot of courage to do that, man. Because in the trainer world, man, if you say you work with another trainer, man, that's blasphemy. You know, so how dare you? You're supposed to know everything. You're a dog trainer. You're supposed to know everything about a dog. You know. So
Yeah.
That's something that's kind of like we need to get over that. Start accepting things that other people has to say. You know, we might learn something really cool from somebody you didn't think you was gonna learn something from. I have. I've learned lots of cool stuff from people I'm like, never thought they were gonna teach me anything.
yep. And for all y'all Karens out there, that's a break stick that I have in my hand, and it's not just used for dog fighting, as you can see in the video. This is video evidence that break sticks can be used for other things than just dog fighters.
Most of the time, they don't use break sticks in a dog fight. That's something that needs to be common knowledge.
Yep.
I mean, most of the time they're not using something like that.
Hold on, we got another
It's
guest.
it might be a break stick, but it's designed different, from what I understand from the history of it.
Brother William Yoon, welcome to the panel. Oh, he left. All right.
He might have dropped out on accident.
Yeah, or I took too long to get him in there because I didn't see that. Like, it's
You guys have been on here for 2 hours.
Yeah, man.
Hell, I've been getting notifications for your stuff like late for some reason. I don't really know why.
All right. Yeah, Brother William, my bad, man. I just added you as you Brother William. If you want to come back, you're more than welcome to come back, brother. My bad. But definitely. But
I wonder, back to the wire cages. You know how it's the small metal wire?
Yeah.
Why don't they just design pretty much a very similar design but heavier duty with
That's what I
bigger
got.
wire?
That's what I was saying about having a higher end wire cage, because I don't care.
So they do have
Like
different ones?
even now, yeah.
Okay.
But you got it. But yeah, that's what I was saying, because I wouldn't care if I had Michonne. Michonne won't eat through a cage, But and if I had multiple dogs or whatever, the deal is that the accident happened irregardless. All your dogs might not bite on that cage or whatever the case may be, but it might be that one blue moon that you come home and you got 2-3 dogs dead because they done got out the cage, and you'll be like, damn, if I had a higher end one, because these dogs are different, then you could save yourself a incident. Now, as far as going to shows and stuff like that, having stuff that you could maneuver around, yeah, you know what I'm saying. But if you have like certain, it all depends on your situation and the dogs.
And
Because
at the
me
shows,
personally,
too,
yeah, because me
your
personally,
dog shouldn't be alone. There should
I
always
know,
be at least one person watching your dogs at all times. That's something
yeah.
people need to think about, because I see people's dogs sitting alone, and I'm thinking, damn, what if somebody tosses them something that's bad for them or anything? That's what I'm scared of.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about a show. I'm talking
Yeah,
about in your residence or whatever, because
yeah,
people keep dogs in different situations. And
yeah,
I don't care what the situation is. I would rather go get that thick wire cage, that higher the you know what I'm saying, the better cage, than getting a Walmart cage for
yeah.
certain situations, man. It's just safer. And at the end of the day, when a real accident happens and you lose some real stock, or you have some real damage, you'll be thinking like, damn, I could have did something different. What could I have done different? And then there goes the lesson and the experience as you grow older, and you'll start to understand,
Yep. And well, like in these dogs, things happen too. So like people that are new in it, when you experience something like that, don't let it break you. Make it
yeah,
a learning experience. Do
yeah,
better next time.
yeah, yep.
That's all you can do.
Yep. And that's what it is, man. And everybody, has those. I mean, it is what it is. It's just those
Have
learning experiences.
you ever seen the
Yeah.
old video of Fat Bill where he's showing off the crate that Maurice Carver had, the wooden
No.
crate? Oh, I'll
Mm-mm.
send it to Dre and get him. I'll let him put it up on his page. It's like an old wooden hand built crate that they claimed. I think Miss Spiker, something. One of them was in it, like really well known. That's where they got shipped to him in.
Right.
I can't remember exactly. I'll send you a video and show it to you. It's pretty cool.
Yes,
I'm thinking
sir.
about building I'm thinking about building something like that.
Brother Wayne, welcome to the panel, brother.
Yeah, Wayne Moon, what's happening, bro?
All right. Salute,
Yeah, I
everybody.
get it.
I don't. Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Yes,
we
sir.
hear you
Yeah,
good.
Okay. Yeah. I just want to interlude and tell everybody that sometimes we got to remember they're the animal. We want them to be the animal. Sometimes we get this prospect, and then all of a sudden we can see all the things he can do or she can do, and we make it too broad. You know,
Mhm.
the two grandfathers that built Saki. I want you guys to go back and look at that pedigree and look how perfectly they're bred. uh, there's a certain way that a specimen comes out into this world, and it's supposed to be what it is. So
Mhm.
if you dial back to when me and Dre first met, the Hope family had told me that this military guy had got one of the pups. So my first instinct is, woo, he got a barn burner. So when we first interluded was on the internet, and he was talking about he was making 3K Dre said he was making a protection dog. So me coming
yeah,
from where I come from, I said that specimen is something that has to stay in its element. Okay, so that was my personal opinion about a dog bred like that. So when you talk about what the animal is, remember that the animal is what it's bred like. The animal
Mhm.
is its history. So
Mhm.
its history lets everybody know that that boy is made for business. Okay,
Yep.
so I didn't want to ever take anything away from Dre. We've talked many a times off here. That's my brother. I love that man. I love his family. He's got a great situation in his lifetime. But don't forget that these animals are animals. Okay, so we can't get mad at them for tearing up the cages. We can't get mad at them for grabbing each other. That's just what it is. And it was a super explanation about how your sons get at it. You know what I'm saying? My moms used to tell us, figure it out.
Yeah,
Get out of
yeah,
here. Take that shit outside. Don't break my furniture. You know what I'm saying?
My
So we
stepdad
gotta
had put boxing gloves on us.
yeah,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because
yeah,
because we have to learn what we are. So the test of time will always tell that until you get tested, and some of us have been battle tested. Go back and look at Dre's interview, what we did. He's been battle tested. You see what I'm saying? So when you get these animals, know that there might be a time where their genetics will let them become battle tested, and it's
yeah,
okay. You know,
yeah,
cancel culture is okay. If you don't like that my dogs will hit each other, if you don't like that I'll let a female, I'll keep her around her daughter until her daughter says I ain't having it, or you don't like
Yep.
how I keep my young males around their dad until daddy says I'll kill you, you better get your ass somewhere and sit down. Well, then don't bother. You know what I'm saying? And we have to be able to let people be who they want to be, just like the dogs. They got to be who they are.
yeah.
Well, and
Yes,
that's
yes,
another
sir.
reason I know a lot of what my dogs will and won't do is because some of them I'm like 7 and 8 generations in on, and
yeah.
I've owned a lot of their ancestors, so I know what they will and won't do genetically for a long period of time.
Right.
If if for many generations we don't have them getting out or and some of that stuff, then they've kind of lost that. Like I had dogs that would chew the water buckets like crazy, right?
I
I
hate that.
changed.
I
I
hate that.
I don't like it either because I'm scared of little pieces of plastic hurting them, their intestines and stuff. And people don't think about that. But got sick of that, and they kept spilling them, and I'd try to bury them halfway to keep them from spilling them, and they'd still spill them. And then I'm carrying them heavy buckets of water, so I switched to all concrete rims like Thompson Kennels has. You know what I mean? Now I can give any of these dogs after four generations. I can give these dogs a water bucket, and they don't chew on it. They just don't do it. They have stainless
Yeah,
pots. I don't know. I've stopped them from doing that. Just take the option away for a couple generations, and it for some reason it won't happen. That's why what you do with your dogs is important. It passes on generationally.
Yeah. Also, the person that owns the dogs, like, okay, my dogs do one thing for me, but I take it to
Yep.
another person that understands in a different way. And I'm like, man, I
Yep.
didn't. My dogs they never did that before. So
Hmm.
there's so many genetic variables and what's what I'm looking for? Ecologic or not ecology. That's not what I'm looking for. Environmental variables. You know what I'm saying? Environmental variables.
Yep. I raised a little female for 2.5 years, right? put her on a pig. She hit a pig like she was born to do it. So I sent her with my buddy. It's a hog hunter, and he put her on a pig and said she wouldn't hit it to save his life. Well, I was like, what the hell? So we went back up there. She hit a pig, right? Like, why would she do it? You know what I mean? I raised her. She did it in front of me, but then he claimed she wouldn't do it. It's weird. Their dogs will do certain things for certain people.
Yeah,
But they will
you ain't
never
tell that
do
man,
for
you ain't
somebody
get that man the cheat code. You said you whispered something in her ear.
else. Yeah.
So you know you ain't give him that secret.
Hey, but I can't tell you what to whisper though. I can't teach you that. That's something that's like ingrained in your heart or not. You know what I mean? Like if I can get out there and I mean I do like shoot. I talk to him, but it's something different. I can't tell you how to do it. I can't
Mhm.
simulate that. I got a good buddy and I can't tell him how to do it. I talk to him every
You
day.
went right up there and made it look like magic on that boy. He still don't know what happened.
Yeah.
I know.
I got a
Well,
cousin. I got a cousin from when I was a kid. He would match dogs, and the day before, the dog would be in the house with him, laying on the couch, and I'm like, this couch potato dog, you gonna match this dog? And he would watch TV with him. He would be talking to him all day. He'd be like, man, tomorrow I need talking to him like as a person. Tomorrow, man, I need you on here. I need you. You know what I'm saying? I need you to go in there, put in work. He's just talking to him. And when he would get in the
Just
box with the
manifesting.
dog, he would talk the same way. He would say, okay,
Yep.
man, and he scratched, like he down there, he's out there in hole. He talked to him just like that. Hey, man, look, he on your stifle. You got to get him off your stifle. Peel him off of there. Talking to him just like that. And, the 2 times I seen him put in work with his dogs, he won both times. Both
That
times.
relationship.
Yup, that bond. And hey, Dre, I always hate to make this personal, but salute to you. Keep it going. Make more videos. Try to get a little bit more militant with everybody, because we need, how you just said, we've seen this before, but now we're polishing it off. So Big Hill, my man. Hey, look, I got to get back to it, but y'all keep pushing it. Keep pushing it. I'll talk to y'all in a minute.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So
Roger
One.
that. Roger that.
yeah, man. Elevator. I'm trying to find a video with my crate. So there's the wire crates that I had.
Yeah.
See, that's what
how
I'm
they
saying.
That's how they act just when I'm on the slab. Now, mind you, I could put her outside on the cable tie out, but if I put her outside,
Yeah, like
she barks a lot and it disturbs the neighbors.
yeah. Well, like if,
How many of those have you ran through, Dre?
I got a graveyard. I can show you in my next video. I'll show you my graveyard of those in my backyard.
When
Well,
you have
like-
a dog with mouth, they will break that thing like it's nothing.
Well,
but the putting the dog on the treadmill, having her in there is the reason she does it. It's not just because that's the type of dog. That was a created behavior, and I would argue all
I'm
day
not.
long with
I'm
anybody.
not. I'm not here to argue the behavior. I'm
Yeah.
here to prevent an accident on any given day where you can lose stock. You know what I'm saying? That's all
A
I'm
lot
saying.
of people.
At the end of the day, and if you were to spend the money and buy a better crate, then even if a situation were to occur, it would be less likely to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. That's almost like band-aiding this problem though, and I'm not into band-aids. I'll just be real with you. Like, I'll fix the real problem. The problem ain't the crate. The problem's the created behavior. Like if I put Mason in a crate like that, he would do that same thing. And I saw it one time and I never done it again because I was like, hell, he'll just sit there and raise hell and tear the crate up. Like he is just like that. But I stopped it with him. I didn't continue that no more. Didn't ever put a dog in there and let him do that. None of that. Now, when I have my treadmill set up out in my yard and all my dogs can see them running on it and shit, my yard is probably gonna go nuts. And I'll have a YouTube video of that. They would all, if they were all in crates, they would probably do that. But that's what, and I do get what you mean. Like, don't do it, and it won't, it won't have any problems. But then again, I have 57 offspring off of Mason, and everybody that has one keeps them in them wire crates, and I don't have no issues. I ain't never had no issues.
But I will say this too. It also your environment is conducive to that. Like so,
Yep.
me, I live highly residential, so crating and keeping them indoors is extremely important for me because I can get the nuisance barking violations and things like that. Where when I lived in the country, I didn't even have to worry about it because I just had a chain set up, so that wasn't even a problem. So some of these problems, it's not that the person does it intentionally. It's that, okay, like I didn't grow up using crates for dogs. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like I didn't grow up on that. So
Yeah, like Mason had never even been in one until he was probably 6.
yeah.
Honestly. So I that wasn't a common thing around here either. But I've used them a lot more since I got more dogs. You know what I mean? Like a crate become a tool to me, really. Whereas like I didn't used to like them. I'd see pictures of dogs in them, and I'm like, shit, I don't like that. It just don't look good. But then it become a tool, and I'm like, okay, I can sit this guy in here while I'm doing something, stuff like that. I condition them with them in it, and I do agree though. Like one thing, people's like, well, they're in different rooms, you know, and they're in different crates in different rooms. Well, what if that dude? What if he tears out of his crate and then he tears the whole bottom out of the door, and you still got a problem? People think because they're in a different room that they're safe.
Well, I tried to let them roam the backyard freely. And I don't know if you saw the video earlier. They started eating through the back wall of my house to get inside. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, did they?
Yeah. So it was.
Was that on this video?
Yeah, it was earlier in the video, man. One of my old videos. I'm out there
Oh,
training
no, I
Saki, and yeah, man. Like, you know, if I went inside and I was doing something, he wanted to come inside, man. He would start eating through the wall of my house to get inside.
So say we breed your stuff to my stuff. How much you think that'll tone that down?
I don't know.
Because
I can't tell
if we bred one of my males to Kamikaze, I don't think you would tone it down too much. If you bred Saki to one of my females, it would probably tone it down because they're throwing more of what the mama they're coming from. They'll act like their mama and lot it and stuff. Like did they act like their mama, Bacardi?
No, what I mean by that is, okay, Bacardi was a very lazy dog. And what I mean by that is Bacardi did not like to, Bacardi was not about to run no mill for you. She would run a mill when she felt like it, right? Bacardi would bark. Bacardi was very, very animal aggressive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Saki is very laid back. He's not really animal aggressive. He'll like prey animals. He turns up on prey animals, but like he's very, very calm, easy to train. Bacardi wasn't easy to train, so I think they're like an amalgamation. They're like a good split of the two dogs. You know.
Did you raise Bacardi all the way up?
Say again?
Did you raise Bacardi all the way up?
From 7 weeks, yeah.
Okay, cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and she was a house dog. Bacardi was a house dog. So
wasn't she buckskin with like a red nose?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was pretty, man. I always liked that dog.
Yeah, man. But I think it's like a 50-50 split even with the puppies. But the last litter, all of them, like Kamikaze, Michonne, Red, Whitehead, and Trina, they all would work. They would all run a mill. They would all do all these things. And Bacardi, that you know, I think it was in her, but maybe not epigenetically her, but her line.
What she liked herself.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. But like her brother Champ, her sister City Girl, they would work a mill. And I have videos of them working the mill and stuff too. So, you know, she has the genes to produce that, but it was dormant in her.
Who was Bacardi's mama?
Her mama's name was Acapulco Red, a dog named Acapulco Red.
That's a cool name. Do you know anything about her?
Yeah. So Acapulco Red is her and Bacardi's father. They were both off of Pitbull Cities, Hong Kong. Both of them were hardworking dogs. Acapulco Red died in a yard accident, and so she was definitely animal aggressive. She definitely displayed the traits of wanting to get at it with another animal, you know.
Yeah.
And so that was prevalent in Acapulco Red. She was, and Bacardi and Acapulco Red were both very, very good at brood.
Do you believe in your line that the females are more dog aggressive, just natural animal aggressive than the males?
Yeah, well, so Champ is like Saki. Like, unless a dog bares its teeth at him, he's chilling. Hong Kong was not like that. Hong Kong was match ready. You know, Hong Kong could have been matched very easily and would scratch every time. But Bacardi's dad was he was kind of laid back too. You know, laid back, and even Saki's dad, Knucklehead, was a laid back dog. You know. Was a laid back dog. So the males in the lines for at least 3 generations prior to me having Saki, they were all pretty laid back. But like I said, when they actually got into it, man, and all of them, you know, had tussles on the yard because you keep puppies together too long and this, that, and this and that. All of them, the ones that were laid back were the better performers when they actually had to perform.
Yeah. I think that's a typical thing with some of the Eli Carver Jeep stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's a typical, because I see the same thing out of Mason. Exactly what you just said. His males are pretty laid back. I mean, they'll turn up, but but they're pretty laid back. But the females are the ones that are a problem.
Yeah. But what I like about the females is even though they're super animal aggressive, my dogs, they take really, really good care of their puppies. And like I
Yeah.
said, man, with Bacardi, I didn't know what I was doing. That was my first litter that I ever whelped and kept alive. And Bacardi did everything. If they
Yep.
pooped and I didn't get it up fast enough, Bacardi would clean it up. She
Yep.
would move them out of the poop. She wouldn't allow them to walk through it before I could get over there. Because I keep cedar shavings in there so I can just scoop it out like it's kitty litter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I can get it relatively quickly, and she would take care of it before I could even get to it. So very, very good brood animal.
Yep.
Even down to making sure she didn't lay on her puppies. Now my Red Boy Jocko dog, she smothered 2 puppies in the birth process. So I definitely know how to see and appreciate a good brood female. And
Yep.
her offspring so far, and even her siblings so far, they're like that. They don't lose puppies from laying on their puppies. They're very, very aware of where their puppies are in relation to them, whether it be in their skybox or in a crate.
I've always had good luck with that too. Even out of Dirty Girl, the dog I got from Brown, she's a good mama. She's a great mama. I've always gotten pretty good lucky with that. Medusa wasn't the first time, but she was kind of young. She was like a year and a half,
Yeah,
and she's a 3/4 Thor dog, so she's pretty tightly inbred. And she just wasn't good at first. We're about to breed her to her grandson, and I'm gonna see how she does with some maturity on her.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
She's about to be 5, almost 6, I guess.
Yeah, man. The good brother Allwill Kennels of the Carolinas is here, and brother Jake,
Hey,
brother Ty Green, and MKM Bottom salute as well. Brother MKM,
Salute.
brother
salute.
MKM, good footage. I'm gonna share it in our next episode, man. Some great footage. Thank you for sharing that with us. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And elevate it, if you will, for the next video. If you have that, if you can send it to me today, I'm gonna be editing the next episode today. With the wooden crate, because
Oh yeah.
I did see a brother say when he ships internationally, he ships in a wooden crate. I'm still trying to
Yep.
find a deal with my dogs
Yep.
in their actual crates.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
like
those
that
wooden
barrel I
crates, they
built, that made a
cost.
difference.
Those wooden crates cost, man. So that's a higher end. You know.
I mean, is there a market for people buying wooden crates?
Yeah.
I think the nostalgia of it makes it a market.
Well, shit. Anybody that wants to commission a wooden crate, hit me up. I'll build you a wooden crate.
All
You
right.
pay you pay for the material ahead of time. I'll build it, and then you pay me for building it after when it's done.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And
And
so
and you like it. If you don't like it, you don't have to buy it. I'll sell it to somebody else and pay you back for your material.
hopefully y'all can see this, man. This is the Tom Garner pig picking right here, man. 2024, 3.
Yeah, 24.
Last year's pig picking. Last year's.
That was Randall Abernathy. So yeah, that was 24.
Yeah. Okay, so these are the crates I got now right here. These are the crates.
Okay.
I got here. Yeah.
And see how like the edges and the corners and stuff are just put together better.
Yeah. And they're also easier to clean because the bottoms are, how like the normal wire one, and Saki has a little bit more expensive of a crate.
Yeah.
But the bottoms of them are removable, so I can take them out there. And I bought a portable pressure washer, so I can.
Where's that show at?
Oh, this is the Houston Top Dogs in Texas. Todd Green, I'm gonna run it back, man. Brother Todd Green, he said he saw himself at the pig picking. Salute.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, he's right there. That's
Hey
Todd
Dre,
right there.
they got versions of that same thing with thicker bars.
That
and
dog
stuff.
right there, Sonny.
Yeah.
That dog was
Yeah.
in shape.
Yeah,
bro.
they got different stuff for you out there.
Hold
Yeah.
on, but I want you to see Saki's crate. I want you to see the bar. So, but Kamikaze's crate has the wire almost like what you're talking about, big.
Yeah.
Like the regular crate. But when it pans over to Saki, I'm gonna pause it so you can see what I'm talking about. With Saki's crate, man, it's like gel bars. You know what I'm saying? And he's been in those. So.
Back in the day, I used to own a crate that was like the typical like a Walmart wire crate, but
Yeah.
the wire was bigger around. It was a bigger gauge, like and instead of it being welded, it had like like cattle wire. It has like the two loops that holds the wire together,
Yeah.
kind of. It was that, but it was a big, heavy duty one, and I have no clue where that thing went in the last 6 years. I have no clue what I ended up doing with it.
Yeah,
But
Dre, that's those ones is more what I'm talking about. But like you say,
Yeah,
they'll squeeze them too. When they biting hard, they'll
yep,
squeeze them too. So like, but
yep,
like that's still better gauge. But like, you know what I mean? According like A say, like, you want to just, don't wait till it happen when you could get some stuff like that already, just in case, you know what I mean?
yeah,
You just want to be better prepared,
yep,
for anything. You know what I mean? Because nowadays pups costing 2,500 and shit. So those type of those losing stock to that type of thing, and then you gotta come up with some more money to get another dog, you know what I mean? So that's why, trying to do some preventive maintenance, even though
yep,
experience teach you a lesson, and you don't want to quit after you lose one, but sometimes, you can't afford another good one. So you want to
yep.
try to set yourself up the best way you can, even though you might not have no accident. You might have a pup that you have to worry about that, but at least you was prepared as best as you can. That's all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Cause you could have your dog, the best dog you've ever had. That could be your dog. You have that dog there, and have another dog or a couple of dogs, and they all kenneled in the same area, or whatever the case may be. And in 364 days out of the year, it's been all good. And then that's that last day, the last day when everything just good, sun shining and everything, then all of a sudden something happened that you never expected to happen, and it's on the worst time, man. You don't want it. That's a nightmare.
Yeah.
That's a nightmare. That's a nightmare that could have been prevented. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you start losing stock, that's heavy stock, and everything's been going the right way the whole time, and then you won't understand until you've taken that loss.
Yeah, man, and that's the thing, man. With these dogs, I saw the brother Fit Bully. I think they call him World Canine Health now. He lost his main dog Ego, and while it's not an American Pit Bull Terrier, man, like that's probably one of my greatest fears is when my dogs get older and I lose them, man. Like that's the hardest blow you're gonna take, man.
Man, and especially when and the hardest ones is when you don't see it coming. When they hit you out of nowhere, man, that stuff hurt, boy. That stuff hurt.
Elevator, you was telling me a story about that, man. I don't know if you want to share it or not, man. I'm not gonna ask you to share it. But
when I was a kid.
yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. So my dad had Thor and Dixie, and then he bred them, and we kept Panic. She's in my pedigrees. All them dogs are, and
Hmm.
well, so we had them on chains out in the yard, and we had their dog houses up off the ground where they could get underneath them for shade. They had like a
Uh-huh.
lean-to thing, but they also had like a hole that they dug out where we put them up high, and then they dig out a hole and they lay in there because it was cool. The
Hmm.
dirt would be really cool, and my Panic got loose and pinned Dixie underneath that doghouse, and she literally ripped from her ear all the way down the whole meat off of her bottom jaw off. And
Mm.
I was about 8 years old, and my mom and dad come and pick me up from school, and they were telling me that you need to tell Dixie you love her. She might not make it. And I'm like, well, what happened? And they told me her and Panic got into it, and I'm like, all right, that had happened before. Me and my stepmom had done watched Thor and Roscoe fight for an hour and 45 minutes. We watched Kilo and Roscoe fight for an hour until my dad just got there. So I knew what they were about at 8 years old, and but. So we show up at the vet. We roll up and my dad's there in his truck, and he opens the back door. And Dixie acts like she ain't seen me in a week. She wanted me to love all over and everything, but like the whole side of her face was fucking ripped off. And I've seen that happen. And then 2 years later, Panic got loose again, and they fought, and Dixie died at age 10 years old. So that nightmare you're talking about, I've lived that nightmare a couple times.
Yeah,
And
yeah, and
it
I
don't
mean, and it
matter.
ain't. Yeah,
Well, it don't matter what you do. No matter how fucking prepared you are, something's gonna happen. I hate to tell
without a
anybody.
doubt, without a doubt. But at the same time, you want
You
to
can't
try to
you
prevent
can't
as
control
much as you
every
can.
variable.
Nah, you can't, but you would definitely want to try to prevent as much as you can. You don't want to neglect the situation that you know can happen. you know, and look the other way, and then all of a sudden when it happened, you sitting there like, you know, this happens all the time. Well, yeah, it's a few things that you could have did to prevent this, you know.
Well, like when they're on chain setups in yards, and it's not the chain or the collar, or you know what I mean.
Yeah,
When they're just freaks, there's no, at some point there's nothing you can do about it. I mean, there's
yep,
not. No preparing is gonna. You can't think of every variable. It's impossible
yeah,
because they're
yeah.
just
No,
weird. These
you
dogs will do
can't,
dumb
but
shit.
yeah, yep, they
But you
will.
take care of the ones that you can control.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I'm
That's all.
saying. Yeah, because anything that I have, anything that I put, any dog that I keep, to me is an investment. If it's not an investment, and I'm not talking about financially, I'm just talking about just period, everything that the time, the effort, everything that I'm putting into these dogs. I'm not doing
It's
it
an
just to,
investment
you know
out
what
of
I'm
the
saying?
bank of your heart.
Yeah, I
Is
mean,
the
I'm
best way to
not
put
doing
it.
it. Yeah, I'm not doing it and putting all this work and having whatever stock that I have, because whatever stock I have, I plan on keeping. Now, if it's some stuff that I'm, you know, whatever the case may be, but like if I'm putting this money in there, then I'm trying to control the situation as best as I possibly can, because this is an investment for me. You know what I'm saying? I put money, you know what I'm saying? You know, so I just, you know, that's one of my things where I would like to keep uh my stock and tip, you
And see,
know, at
I'm
least
looking at it,
from a health. Hmm? Go ahead,
and
bro.
I'm looking at it from, like, I'm hearing both of y'all, and both of y'all is, of course, both of y'all right. But from what I'm hearing from AA, coming from a way of trying to protect his investment and protect something from happening, and you elevated coming from, okay, if that happened, you know, it ain't the end of all be all. Like, that's what the dogs do. But like
No, yeah,
elevated got a machine. He making dogs. You come from an aspect of you bought a dog, whatever.
exactly.
Like you know what I'm saying?
That's the
Elevated coming
importance
from
of
a
both
yard full of
mindsets.
dogs. Yeah, yeah. Elevated.
But
You got a lot of dogs. So it's different from you. You like shit might happen on your yard because you got a lot of dogs. So, but somebody that got control, that can control the situation differently, they want to do like what A's saying, and shit still might happen, but he'll feel
that's what I'm
better doing
saying.
what he'll feel better at the end of the day that he
Yep.
did this. So it won't be that's messed up. But on your end, you got a rack of dogs, so shit gonna happen no matter what you do.
Yep.
So I understand both of y'all.
Yeah.
Salute.
And the thing is, I know that something can and will happen, but I know when it happens, it's gonna be bad. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's
Well,
gonna
and I
be
mean
bad,
that's
and
every
not
time.
and the whole thing is, if it happens, it happens.
Yep.
But at the same time, like, I'm trying to avoid a situation if I can. You know, certain things, you know, and you know, like for example, like just like Big Hill was saying, like you have plenty of dogs, so for me, I stay within a standard of a situation that I can control.
Yep.
I know a lot of people that get in over their head with these
Well, and like
dogs,
having a
man.
lot of dogs don't mean it's out of control. That's when,
No. But
you
I'm
know, not
saying I know people.
everybody's
I'm
capable of
saying
owning a lot of dogs. Like
that's
that's
what I'm
something a
saying,
lot
and
of people.
that's where a lot of the accidents happen, when people
Yep.
get in there over their head and they have too much more than they can handle. Some people were born into this and they know exactly how to handle their situation, and they and the whole nine. But then you got a lot of people that get these dogs, and then all of a sudden they keeping litter after litter, and they got, you know, a yard full of dogs, and they in all honesty, they cannot maintain it.
Yep.
That's where a lot of those yard accidents happen.
They can't change chains because they're too expensive to change 3 or 4 at a time. They can't
Right,
fucking. They
Or
can't
right,
even
anything.
even even just the numbers. It's just the numbers.
right.
Yep.
It's just the numbers. Like, you can't, somebody that has multiple numbers, they're gonna have their variables of having accidents is gonna be higher than
Yep,
somebody that
go up.
with,
Yep.
yes, that's all. That's all.
Yep,
Simple as that.
it goes up.
I'm gonna
Yep.
tell y'all something else that affects it. So before the yard accident happened with Bacardi and Dior, Big A warned me. And look, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm thinking, Big A, you ain't got a dog right now. Shut up. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got a dog. Shut up. I don't want to hear what you got to say. You know what I mean? For real. You know what I'm saying? This his first or second time at my house. What do you know? You know what I'm saying? What do you know? You know. And then you know what I'm saying? Next thing I know, man, you know,
I'm getting a phone call. Hey, can you come to my house? Put your cape on. I need you to fly across town. You know what I'm saying?
And don't wear no Crocs.
Yeah.
So what did he warn you
But
about? What
that day,
happened?
he said
hey, but
when he came to my house,
that day,
he said,
go ahead,
I'm
Dre.
gonna put the video up. He said, "Hey man, you might want to do something, man. She look like she can get out of that kennel." And mind you, I had these kennels for two years at this point. So I'm thinking, Big A, you trying to make me spend money, man? You trying to make me spend more money than what I need to spend, man? You know. And that's how I felt.
Man.
That's how I felt. You know.
Yeah.
And we can have that conversation now.
I can tell you
the results. The topic of the whole topic of today was results and how results affect things, right? And the result of me not listening cost me, you know, a lot of time. It cost me a breeding too, you know. So,
yep.
Yeah.
You lose stock. You know, you can lose stock, man, at the wrong time. And I know these things can happen at any given time in any given situation. But just like Dre was saying, shoot, they were, you know, that lost the breeding. You know that, you know, I mean, these things happen. They can happen. But for example, me, I know my limit is 3 dogs. At this point in time, with my living situation, my finances, and the time that I would have to invest, I can maintain 3 dogs. Can a yard accident happen with those 3 dogs and me maintaining those dogs? Hell yes. Hell yes. It is a yard accident going to happen. The chances of a yard accident happening with me owning those 3 dogs are slim, because I know my limitation as to what I can handle by myself. Now, if I were to take on 5, 6 dogs, 7 dogs, knowing my limitation, knowing my finances, knowing the time that I have to invest into these dogs, you damn right, the chances of a yard accident happen or anything happening is at a premium for me. You know what I'm saying? Now, for somebody else who can maintain, has the time, has the help, and the whole nine, and they maintaining 10 dogs and so on and so forth, or whatever the case may be, that can, you know what I'm saying? Your accidents can still happen. Shoot, I know people right now that if a yard accident happened and they at work, they like, oh well, I'll see what happened when I get who made it when I get home. Because that I mean, it is what it is. But the same, you know what I'm saying?
I want to share that video. Huh? This video was taken when I allowed Big A come over. I didn't even know Big A like that, but I allowed him to come over to my house and kind of see the dogs in person. You know, and this is probably a year and a half before he actually got a puppy from me. But I'm gonna let y'all hear the audio. You know, me talking like I know what's going on. And I thought, and even in Dior's crate, I even bought the little panels to go on the bottom of it so she couldn't dig out, because she's not one of my old yellow dogs. She's a Red Boy Jocko dog. But I'm gonna play the video real quick for y'all. It's like 6 minutes. I don't think I'm gonna play the whole thing, but I'm gonna let y'all hear the conversation and listen to how high on myself I sound, and you know, just how stupid I was.
Like he's her child. She play with them too. But that right there, like, this is all the time with them. Yeah. Before I had them collars, bro, all day they just back and forth. Yeah. And I was getting letters in mail, anonymous letters saying like, Mr. Barking Dog Man. Oh yeah.
Welcome to the home of Williams Old Yeller Dogs. I am the Shogun, Andre Williams. Like, follow, and subscribe.
What's good, big dog? It's your boy Dre at Samurai Kennel, and this is just some yard footage of Bacardi and Dior back when I lived in San Antonio. Obviously, I've upgraded my kennel setup since then. I wanted to share this with y'all because there's a lot of rumors and this and that about, you know, the training making the dogs not game, or I can't speak for the gameness, but as far as animal aggression, the dogs still have it. The training just helps me to control when it's released.
In this video, they also are wearing e-collars, and I wanted you to see that even with the e-collars, it doesn't stop their drive. Come here. Cardi. She's being electrocuted every time she does it by that e-collar. You know, it's a bark collar.
Yeah.
I got dogs that just don't like each other.
Yeah, that's all go.
They just chose to hate each other.
And you can see where I put an extra panel on top of there trying to stop
Saki, man.
That's why I'm like, I think Saki.
Yeah, and when you know when you put two dogs that really don't like each other next to each other, they gonna work it. They gonna work it out. They gonna work until somebody get loose at some point in time, man. You know. Yeah.
Like I said, like I did nothing with her.
Yeah.
Nothing. Like just natural.
So
stuff
when Thorn Dixie or when Dixie and Panic got into
I
the
need to
fight,
clean her stuff out.
my dad had 3 chains out in the yard, right? It was Dixie, then it was Thor, then it was it was Panic, then it was Thor, then it was Dixie. And so when Panic got loose, she went around Thor or saw Thor and then went to Dixie. He had them apart and they still got loose and got into it with each other.
And it's funny because she is spunkier, I think.
Yeah.
But she's more scared of the collar. The shock of the collar bothers her more than it bothers the Cardi.
And we had, when she got out the one time, we had her double collars. We had 2 collars on it. One on with a chain hooked to it like a swivel, and then we had like a 2-inch collar above it, or 1.5-inch collar above it.
And I want to share this too. I had the e-collars on them to stop it from doing this, and it didn't work. That's genetics. You know what I'm saying? Like, and she's 3 going on 4.
I had a heavy Red Bull Jocko Mayday dog, and man, he'd stand out there and bark all day long, non-stop. Put a barking collar on him, he didn't care. He didn't care. And it wasn't even like he was barking anything. He was just barking.
Yeah.
Really well-bred dog. Really well-known guy that's around here, but man,
I can't wait till them pups drop, boy. I gotta get that.
You can't.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I saw that.
So when you said you can't wait for them pups to be born, was you talking about getting like a Michonne in the future?
Well, he was supposed to get one that summer.
Okay.
Was
that out of?
But they also.
Litter?
Yeah.
Breeding or the trying to?
Yeah, it would have been out of Bacardi and yeah, but at the same time,
okay,
like
so it
you
would have been
it would have been, this one would have been a litter mate to Saki, or excuse me, a full brother to Saki, but not the same litter. And that dog right there, that's Hendrix. That's the dog that Saki got into with. And you can see he's a tall, rangy dog.
yeah, man, and you know when they didn't take, you know, and a lot of people had that Jones or whatever it is, they would have ran off and got another dog and did this and this and that. Now I know exactly what I want, and I'll wait. If I had to wait another 2 years, I would have waited.
Hold on. I want to run this back real quick. Listen to what Big A said. This is what Big A said. This is where I should took you.
Yeah. Man.
Shit, I've seen a lot of people be like that.
Out.
Yeah.
She get the digging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could too.
Yeah.
That's why I need that stuff right there.
Yeah.
But them panels is expensive, man. I gotta buy more of them. And I thought about putting wood.
You went and bought a lottery ticket that day.
Yeah.
You knew some shit that day. Bought a couple lottery tickets.
She gets out of it. She jumps out of the top of it all the time.
Yeah.
Like I said, like she she act tough, but she really want to play.
Yeah.
So Cardi plays with them.
Yeah.
She knew him as a puppy, and she knows Saki's.
And then she ended up getting out the way he said.
But that right there, like this is all the time.
Hold on, just a second.
Before I had to
turn the volume off. So she ended up getting out. She bit through the cage. She bit through the cage, and there was a hole in the side of the cage.
Yeah, so if I don't mean to interrupt, but if you guys are looking at that kennel, if you can see it, I swear if you can picture like the old school like cartoons and stuff like Warner Brothers cartoons and whatnot, man, Looney Tunes, where like either a gun shoot through a wall or somebody just run through a wall and it's like that big hole and the wires are coming out and stuff. That's what it looked like.
Yeah,
that's exactly what it looked like.
Bulldog in it.
No, it had a shape of a bazooka was blown through that bad boy. That's what it looked like. And I'm not playing. Like that was the one thing I should have taken a picture of, is that right there, because it is hard to explain. You would have to see it. And without seeing just seeing that and knowing that one dog got out and the other dog, you know what I'm saying, they got into it and that happened, it was ugly.
Every time
it was ugly.
It's been that right there.
Yeah, it was teeth. You talking about teeth missing, and man, it was ugly.
And let me say this too, man. Let me say this as well, brothers. So, as you can see, I had the kennel set up because Texas legalized the chain set up. I had the bark collars on there to respect my neighbors. And when they got into it, they had them bark collars on. So they was getting, I'm pretty sure from the noise it was making, they were getting electrocuted while they were wrecking, man. So like,
yeah, probably.
It's. I'm not saying that to encourage people to want to do that. That's not it. And let me make that message abundantly clear. That was not for people to encourage people to say, "Hey, man, your dog got to be able to get electrocuted and fight in 108-degree weather." No, that's not it. What I'm saying is the yard accident happened due to my negligence. That's what happened. Okay.
Yep.
And
it
kinda.
And it was bad. But I'm just saying these things can happen. And
what
okay,
would you consider that's your negligence of that though?
But hold on. I got a question and an answer for that right there. Hey, Dre, honestly, this is a straight honest question. Knowing what you know now, and would you have gone about that situation the same going out of town? Now, maybe staying in town, but if you were leaving out of town and you knew that situation, how that situation happened, and you had that same situation, would you go about it the same way?
Nah, absolutely not.
There's your answer, Elevated.
But what was the negligence about it though, is what I'm saying. Hell, she was just in the kennel she lives in. What would you have moved? The one part you could say was negligence. Would you move them further away from each other and put them somewhere they can't see?
One of the dogs. Oh, my bad. Go ahead, bro.
Big A asked me. He said, "Man," he said, "I think she could get out of there." And I said, "Yeah, you're probably right." But that yeah, you were probably right. Was I don't want to argue with you. Just shut up and leave me alone. That wasn't a taking heed to another dog brother giving me advice.
Yeah. But I mean, like I say though, like the only thing you could have maybe done is move them further away or put a divider between them.
Yeah,
put a divider between them.
They still know they're there.
One could have went in the garage, or you know what I'm saying. But that's what Saki was. I don't know, man. Shoot, you know what I'm saying. But like, it's plenty of things you could do. It's plenty of things you can do. But the bottom line is the accident happened. If that accident happened, and would you do this exact same setup, exactly the same, and put two hot dogs right next to each other again?
You ain't never seen me use
that's
one of those again.
That's what I'm saying. That's where the negligence come into play. You got burned once. You learn your lesson. Hey, I'm not gonna do that again. I don't give a damn what the dogs acted like. If I see that these dogs is hot and they getting at each other, guess what?
If I'm getting burned once is not negligence. That negligence.
No, but I'm just saying.
Look up the definition of negligence, Trey.
I understand that. I understand that.
Right.
But you know that a yard accident happened like that. So
You're
moving
putting
forward,
too much weight on everybody's shoulders when it's really not even necessarily the person every time's fault. Like that ain't Dre's
no,
fault.
I'm not saying nobody's
You know?
saying it's the person's fault entirely. All I'm saying is there are things that you can do to prevent certain things from
Negligence would be
happening.
him doing it again, and then having the same problem and being like, "Well, shit, can't believe they did that again." That would be negligent.
Check that would be ignorance. So negligence is this. Negligence is the failure to act with care that a responsible person would exercise in similar circumstances. It can also refer to doing something that a reasonable person would not do.
Can I interject?
Yeah, absolutely.
Please.
To me, in my opinion, wasn't nothing wrong with that setup. Wasn't wrong with nothing wrong with that setup. In that situation, I say only way he was going to know that is after that happened. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It wasn't like he never had no experience with that. So that was his first experience with that.
It's not negligent.
That was his first experience with that. So now he knows that not necessarily that setup is messed up. It's just that for those type of dogs or them two dogs at that time, that wasn't going to work. But it could work just as fine with two other dogs, whatever.
Right.
So basically, he wouldn't have knew that. He wouldn't have knew that till afterwards. So that's how, in my opinion, that situation. That's all.
I agree. I agree with all of that. But me, on the other hand, I've had to break out plenty of yard accidents. I have witnessed plenty of yard accidents. So with my knowledge and my education, or the experience that I have seen, whether it's firsthand or by word of ear and the whole nine, and I look at a situation, I say, hey, this might happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Off of my experiences.
Yeah, you was going off your experience, so you understood. You seen it ready to happen. You was there on deck. On deck, you seen the dog's attitude, and you seen the shit before. So you was trying to tell us.
So we're talking about knowledge, wisdom. Okay. So we talk about knowledge, wisdom, and understanding.
But that one he had to go through himself. He wasn't that one. He was probably gonna have to go through himself on that one.
Without a doubt. But at the end of the day, what I'm saying is, I pass my wisdom on. You know what I'm saying? To his whole situation.
You tried to drop the jewel for him. Like, I seen this shit already happen. I seen it before. I seen it happen, but that was a thing he already told you. But how he felt about that. Like, how this nigga telling me something. But that was
the ultimate goal. And the ultimate goal is what I'm saying is, I have seen enough stock lost. I have seen enough stuff going on that
your shit got proven. Situation, your statement got proven after the fact. Your statement got proven after the fact.
So
he wish he would have listened to that shit, but it got proven after the fact. You did.
But it's all a lesson. It's all a lesson learned.
Yeah, it's all a lesson learned. And that's when they come into where Elevator said, lesson learned.
So the next time, when Dre standing next to somebody else, it's at their yard, and
he gonna try the same thing you did. He gonna try the same thing you did.
You understand me?
He gonna try. That's what he supposed to do. Tell the next person, yo, I see this before. I did, but now he got a video to actually show how he ain't listen and blew. So it was a seed that grew. You dig? It was a seed that grew. You planted the seed. He went through a little fertilization. He had to see.
Hold on. I want to give y'all perspective on this though. And if you're in the elevator, I want y'all to see this too. Okay, because like y'all are looking at it objectively, and I get where y'all coming from, but I want y'all to look at it subjectively. Elevator. If you came to my house, right, and I had one of them little buckle collars on a dog on a chain setup, right, and you say, Dre, that little buckle collar is not gonna hold on that dog on that chain, right? And then the yard accident happens, and I call you to go break up what you told me not to do in the first place. You might feel a little bit more strongly about
it. Yeah. We understand that. Like, you know, but like it's like telling the kid don't touch the stove. It's hot. That was one of them situations. It was one of them situations. That's all. That's just all it was. You gonna have your opportunity to say the same thing, but at least you got now. What you got is a little stepped up more version because he gave you the tools that you ain't listened to, and now your little thing that you gonna give somebody is stepped up because they just seen the video and all that. So you made his seed grow, and you gave him props for giving you the seed. So you showed the whole situation. That's how I look at it.
Also, he said that she was going to dig out, and then she busted through the wire in the kennel.
Yeah, that's true too.
No, I think they grabbed each other through the fence, and that's how she ain't bust through there. One of them jumped over the top.
Okay, how did they jump? They had tops on it, didn't it?
Dior, if you look in the video, Dior actually had a hole in the top of hers, but she only used to escape from the front side of the kennel. So I only had a panel on the front side of the kennel. So I'm guessing she went out the back side of the kennel and went over to Bacardi, and they started pulling. They biting each other through the kennel.
So was Bacardi's kennel busted or Dior's?
Bacardi's.
Okay, so then they probably tried to get through the kennel at each other. So she jumped out the hole. Then but that's my whole point. You told him that she was going to get out digging, then he jumped out of the motherfucker. Like, that's not negligent. That word, you got to be careful using that shit. Like, that means somebody knew better and was like, nah, I ain't changing it. That's what I'm saying. That was my only point. Everything else, you're right. But using the word negligent is to come in like, when you ain't had nothing happen and then something freak happens, that ain't negligent. That's just a freak accident.
So
it become negligent if somebody just gave you a warning. It just told you. If they just told you, they gonna look at it like you was being negligent because they just told you that was gonna happen. Something was gonna happen.
I'm saying if he said she was gonna dig out,
but still was an accident. You see how Dre's still equivocating it. That's just a detail you talking about, but it's still. He was trying to say an accident could happen. Basically, the structure, whatever you say. I'm looking at these dogs.
You're breaking down things. Details are important.
Yeah, but listen.
Point, you know.
But listen,
hey,
I understand where you're coming from. The negligent word being thrown around or whatever. I got that. I got that point out.
Negligent. How long ago was that?
Yeah, I got that point.
Hey,
let's talk about that. How long ago was that happened?
Tsunami. Hey, Tsunami said, "What are your thoughts of the Thompson kennel setups with the wooden bottoms and tops? I plan on doing it for mine, and a foot or two off the ground to keep it raked up, bro. I would say this, man. From what I can see and what I can tell, Thompson, his stuff seemed pretty legit. I don't see nothing wrong with it. If anything, I would reach out to him for sure. And
what's his most recent video of him talking about his kennels?
Yes,
and also I've seen him going to detail talking about chain link setups and the good and bad and how you can run into yard accidents doing the wrong setup. So I would definitely look that direction, bro.
It said Dre's kennels.
Look up
Dre's kennels was bullshit.
Oh, shit.
How do y'all see what they're saying? Oh.
Hey, Dre, you crazy as shit.
Yeah, but look, man, as far as it goes, man, because Elevator asked me a question and I didn't get an answer yet, but Elevator, I'm way more critical of myself. I'm intentionally more critical of myself than what I have to be because I hold myself to a higher standard, right? And so, it was a mistake, but I say negligence because as a podcaster, it's my job to over-influence things that over-influence the positives, but also over-accentuate when a negative happens that it is a negative. That's why, like, even when I show videos of, of the things that happen with my dogs they're not illegal, but some people see them and glorify them, like they go, "Oh, yard accident."
That's my point of using that word negligent. How long ago was it?
Oh, it was like 4 or 5 years ago.
Okay, you're under the statute of limitation. If you're negligent, you could be held accountable for that by law. You don't need to. That's what my whole point. That word negligent. When you didn't know that they could get out that way, you weren't negligent. In a courtroom, they would not find you negligent. I bet you $100 right now.
No.
That's what I was talking about.
No, and I use that term negligent because it's to the degree. You know what I'm saying? You can have a slightly, or you can have greatly messed up something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was more to put emphasis on. I made a mistake that I could have definitely addressed sooner.
Well, we
Hey,
have
yo,
the First Amendment, so we can say what we
that
want to
shit
say. We
was
have the Second
funny as
Amendment
I
to
don't
stand
know
up for
what.
that. And then, but we got to be careful what you say on the internet, because like you weren't negligent. That's what I meant. Like calling yourself negligent. That's a more harsh word than it's being used as right now on this podcast.
But I also, so this is the other thing that people got to realize too. So I don't speak what's called legalese. And this is why most people shouldn't represent themselves in court, because I don't speak legalese. I speak what's called layman. And so legalese is what lawyers talk. You know, they even use some terms that are Latin in court, you know. And so when I speak, I'm speaking from a layman's terms, just a Joe Schmo, you know, and most of us are considered in court incompetent to represent ourselves, you know. But like I said, I got a cousin. She's gonna come over here. She speaks legally. She's a defense attorney. She's gonna come over here and talk to us about like what you're talking about, Elevated.
Bring that word up to her and see what she says.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That's what I meant.
Dre's kennel.
If he wanted you though, and then she got out that exact same way, then yeah, that kind of is being like, you know, you're like, yeah, fuck what you say, you know. But then she got out a different way, so that's kind of like he kind of had a feeling something was going to happen. That's a dog, man. Being that you kind of have that feeling, there's something in you tells you that dog might get loose.
Big A.
You ain't gonna 100% pinpoint
yes, sir.
what happens.
Did he have on the Crocs? Did he have on the Crocs in that yard toys he gave you?
Did he have that,
hey man, you got me scared to show some of my videos with my Crocs on now, bro.
When you went to Dre's Kennel's yard tour.
Hey man, y'all started talking about them Crocs, I instantly kicked mine off.
Yeah, because I see your Gucci Crocs. Gucci.
I got the tsunamis, man. I mean, not the tsunamis. You guys got me. I'm looking at tsunami name. I got the STL, the St. Louis Cardinals. Yeah.
Tsunami said, I forgot to mention, I still have my dogs on a chain inside a kennel to prevent escaping while feeding and changing water. I had that set up before too, and my dog hung herself. You know what I'm saying?
So,
yep, I've had a dog.
If they can touch their front paws to the side, then that's bad.
Yeah.
And
you really need to have them in a square kennel, not a rectangle kennel.
Yeah.
And what you call it, man? I just saw a video the other day. This dude was shooting a video. It's a short. I gotta send it to you. Dre posted or something. But anyway, he said, yeah, man, I got these kennels, and you wonder why I have my dog's chain inside of the kennel, because one dog had jumped over the kennel and you know, and still on the chain. So in the process of him trying to unhook the chain from getting caught in the fence, yard accident happened. You know what I'm saying? On camera, I'm like, damn. You know, so like I mean, no matter and revert back to all that other stuff, man. You could do all the setups and everything you wanted to do and stuff, and things will still happen.
Like,
yeah, that's why we did. That's why y'all hit both sides of the coin.
Kennel, well, if you had a 10x10 kennel and you have a 4.5 foot long chain in the center of that 10x10 kennel, you won't have no problems. You know what I mean? Like, you probably won't even never have a yard accident, just to be honest with you. But you can't put a chain that's, 4 foot long in a 5 foot wide kennel, because then it can get halfway up the wall and stuff, and you will have dogs hang themselves. So, like, there's precautions you can do about some of these setups that makes them a lot safer than, just the first thought of, what am I going to do here? Like, a lot of people, a chain in a kennel ain't a good idea because they have the 5x10 retrievers.
Now you're going down Big 8. Now you're going down Big 8 lane of preventing shit. You're giving tips on prevention. There we go.
Well, I mean,
both sides of the coin.
But that's preventative, not like, hey, you can do that. Dog's gonna get loose. Like, when you seen that, did you have that feeling in your stomach, or was it just your prior? I'd seen that happen before.
Who, me?
That's a good question. Did you just get that feeling?
For me,
like,
no.
Gonna get loose?
Okay, so for me, like my mentor, he was real loose with it. At any given time, he would have 26 dogs plus running around on his yard, plus kennels, plus chain setups, and all of that. And it got to the point to where he would have his own vet come out and all this other stuff, and SPCA would frequent out there. They knew him by their first names. Yard accidents was damn near a weekly thing. So, and not that I had hands on all situations, but I have seen my share. You know what I'm saying? Certain things I can see. Certain dogs, obviously, because not only did he have dogs in the yard, he had dogs in the house. He would have one dog on one side of the house locked in the door, but in the kennel in the door, and then have another dog on the other side of the house in the kennel in the door. Them dogs can be loose and run the entire yard, but if they saw each other, it's going to be a problem. So it's that type. All types of situations like that, bro. So I've seen enough to be like, okay, So but it was just a feeling, and then looking at the situation, and then the whole time knowing that okay, they getting at each other through the fence on a just it's a normal occasion. Man, something's gonna happen.
So you had the feeling that she was just gonna get loose.
No, I'm looking at the setup. If you look at the camera, you see me with the camera walk around the kennel. I'm looking at the kennel as I'm talking to him. I'm looking at the bottom, looking at the top. I'm talking, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm saying, hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I think this might happen. Because when she jumped on top of the house, you could see, like, I don't know, you would have to see Dior in action to know how athletic she really is. And then when you see how smart Dior is and how determined she is, man, we brought Dior to another person's house. So because she was in heat and she was about to get mated. As soon as Dior went into the kennel, she wasn't trying to find her way around the kennel. She sat there, she was good, and then she saw the dog next to her. She wanted to get at the dog next to her. She's trying to find a way out the kennel. She's not trying to run through the kennel. She's not trying to break out she's not trying to grab no cage. She's trying to find a way out. She was a smart dog and a determined dog,
man,
and a hot dog.
Y'all boys going through making me have nostalgia over here. A dog, nah, for real though, a dog man, it's just make me think of a dog man is getting tested all the time. Like you go through your challenges, like, and some people quit along the lines, but like you go through your challenges with these dogs. You get top flight dogs, you start needing to turn your game up. You got to figure how to keep these dogs. You get, different things. You get mad because these joints eating up this and eating up that. So all this long owning these dogs, you getting tested all the time. And like, some people just quit, get out the dogs when certain shit happen because it break their spirit. You dig what I'm saying? But like, it's always the dog man is always getting tested. And I'm just thinking of that, like those situations y'all talking about and different things. And it just make me think of all the challenges you go through with the dogs. Because you might got some that spoil you. A couple generations that spoil you, they listen and all that. And I was just thinking about Dre dogs. He said his dogs was eating to get back in the house. I'm like, damn, I'm some dangerous jokers. They eating. You run from them, they coming up in there. They eating to get in the house. Like that's
I'm talking about, I'm looking at the hole, bro. I'm looking at the hole. I didn't see him physically do it, but I'm looking at the hole on the side of his house. And he said it so calmly, like it wasn't shit, like it wasn't that.
I heard dogs eating to get out the house and stuff to play and stuff. But like these jokers gonna eat out and like they just eat your house.
That's called a bond. That's a bond right there, boy.
So like something like that might make somebody quit. But like that's what I wanted to ask you. That was all this is bringing up a lot of stuff. Like what do you take? How do you accept those things as challenges as a dog man, or do you immediately be like, I don't like that dog? Or you do it like, I'm thinking like you got these escape artists that you done built something up and they still escape and then they might let another dog loose. Is it their fault that they did that? Or is it like, a challenge for you to be like, oh, I got a smart ass dog and he dangerous. I gotta step my game up to own this dog. You know what I'm saying? That's all. But like, I like the way y'all cooking. Salute what y'all cooking on.
Shame on them. First time, shame on them. Honestly, first time, shame on them. Second time, shame on you.
Well, that's what. Yeah, exactly.
Hey,
Like,
I got a question in the chat, man. It's causing some discussion. I'm gonna bring it up. So it says, what y'all use for skin problems? So I said Benadryl, but these are things that I have. Okay, so first, I know I know in my line of dogs that chicken based dog foods will cause allergies in my dogs, right? But raw chicken does not do that. So what I do is I use Benadryl first, because if it's an allergy, I'm using Benadryl for an allergy, and I'm believing the skin problem is caused by an allergy. But also when I wash my dogs with 3 different types of washes. One, I use a surgical cleaner. It's a blue surgical cleaner. You can get it at Tractor Supply, comes in a gallon bucket, and that's to remove any parasites.
you're talking about chlorhexidine?
I think it might be called. Yeah, I think it might be called.
Yeah, chlorhexidine. It's a Tractor Supply.
So also I use for a cleaning solution, I use oatmeal and mint based cleaners. So what happens is I take an oatmeal based shampoo, which is also supposed to help with skin irritations, and I use that in conjunction with tea tree oil and mint to repel any like large parasites like flies and things of that nature, right? And then I have a bath for a Shoshin, and that's heavily coconut oil based, and that's to replenish oils that I might have washed out with other baths, or they got like in rainwater that has out here we have high acidity in our rainwater, so I'll use coconut oil based things to replenish the natural oils and antioxidants in the fur. But I don't have any problems beyond that, you know. And I would say if you want a specific answer, I don't have all the answers. I would say go to your veterinarian, you know. But that's what works for me.
Depends on what you're feeding, James. The whatever kind of, if you can put in the comments what kind of food you're feeding real quick. That's really.
He said she licking her feet. So to me, I was always taught that
that's yeast.
It's yeast. Yeast. Yeah. That's yeast. Yeah.
If you could cut back her feed for a little while, like 2-3 weeks, not starve her, but cut her feed back, and like give her good baths and stuff, that'll go away. Like I say, they use baker's yeast in dog food. So like if they're eating a bunch of dog food daily, Black Bag Value Pack, yeah. So she might just be eating too much daily,
Yeah.
And if they eat so much daily, that yeast don't necessarily get broke down as fast because it's just building up in their stomach, and they'll start expressing it like through their bodies, in their ears, their feet, stuff like that. Maybe the anal gland will stink. So just cut her feedback, or its feedback.
Well, first if he got more than one dog, if you got more than one dog and only one dog got it,
yeah,
you separate that joker first of all.
Yep.
Boom. And
100%.
then it depends on if you outside or inside. The inside dogs or outside dogs. Because if it's an inside dog, it's different variables. It could be the rug. He on the rug, carpet messing with his skin. It could be different things. But first you gotta identify.
Be an air freshener that
it could be all that type stuff. Something that you use, and it could be all that type stuff. So I identify the environment and what's around them first. Like, and especially if he the only one that got a disease. Less like, and my other dogs don't have it, like, then basically, that's kind of a hint towards something too. You know what I mean? But like, there's a lot of things, before you start, medicating them and stuff like that. Just try to figure out what it is best you can.
As long as they're at a healthy weight, when I see stuff like that, I usually just cut their feed back a little bit, and it always goes away. My bully that I have living in my house, my mamaw lived across the street from me in my other place, and I let her stay with my mamaw because if you knock on the door and stuff, she'd bark, and she made my 70-year-old mamaw feel safe. So her whole back was like that, right? Eat up, and I brought her up here, and the only thing I've done was slow her feed down and work her out a little bit, and her back is perfect. Like, it went back to normal, and that's the only thing I did. I didn't do nothing to it. I washed it with Dawn dish soap.
Okay, all right.
Like, sometimes you don't have to do a lot of things. Keeping it simple, you'll get really good results.
Yeah.
That's the best way to put it.
Hey y'all, I got a family emergency. I gotta shut the live down, man. Y'all gonna do y'all roundabouts, man. I gotta go handle something.
Yes, sir.
Sure.
Man, it's your boy Big A, man. You know what it is. Back in here like I left my wallet and keys, man. Hey, Elevated, don't forget to tell them about your magazine, you know.
Oh yeah. Yes, sir. Hell, it's about to drop, so I've about got it all together. It's the Show Dog Journal. It'll be $15, and you'll get it and a sticker. And at the show, catch me at the show to buy them. Catch me on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all of them. Just contact me if you're interested. And if you have a dog that you've shown a bunch and has won a lot, contact me. I'll put it in the next magazine.
Salute. Big Hill fam. Rolling with my brothers. You can catch me at the Big Hill fam on YouTube. Salute.
Hey, yeah, check out that Big Hill fam, man. For real.
Yes, sir. Is Dre still there? Oh, yeah, there you go.
So y'all know what it is, man. Like I said, I got a family emergency, man. My mom just called me, so I got to go handle that. But those of y'all who pray, you can stay. For those of y'all who don't, feel free to leave. I do have a live tonight on NWA County Corso. We addressing some topics about the YouTube dog breeders and things like that. So y'all get over there and check that out. But
oh man,
if you will, man, bow your heads with me, man. I'm gonna say this quick Christian watch word. I'm gonna get up out of here. May the Lord watch between you and me while we are absent, one from another. Amen.
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 All right, y'all. I'm gonna talk to y'all later, man. I'll get y'all later, man. Peace.
All right.
Peace.